job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm a lawn guy and proud of it. Pro tip, watch the fall leaves. When that first bad boy drops, boom, get feeding and seeding with Scott's. Lay down Scott's Turf Builder today, and come spring, your lawn will be so thick, green, and strong, neighbors like Steve over there will be mad green with envy.
Hey, sweet lawn, Stevie.
Steve.
Don't be a Steve. Be a lawn guy. Pick up a bag of Scott's Turf Builder today. This is
Snowball. He runs on batteries.
So what do you think? They're gonna impeach Trump?
No.
They had no basis.
Well, even if they vote there, the Senate, no way, they'd never. It would be shut down.
What Romney's saying. I tell you, Romney.
Oh,
Romney's still butthurt.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump really ripped him, dude.
Well, they didn't rip him that bad. He actually invited him in to look at a cabinet position.
A cabinet? I mean, was it made out of wood, shake? What are we talking about? What kind of cabinet? Huh?
He brought him into right after he got on there.
I think he turned him down, didn't he?
Did Romney turn it down?
That's what I heard.
I'm sure you got to tell Steve who you're talking about or whatever.
Yeah.
But and Romney supported him in the Senate run too in Utah. I mean Romney. Trump supported him.
Yeah, but it's like Romney and Bush and the old staunch Republican crowd. They never liked Trump after what he.
Sure. But here's the thing: is Romney could have won against Obama.
This report is sponsored
but he didn't want to go.
Travel around the highways in the metro area in pretty good shape.
He didn't want to start knocking Obama or anything like that. Like he was getting knocked.
Highway Drive, southbound 225, but stop and go on the approach to I-25 from the Tech Center. Northbound
Friday's in-house. Here we go. Duran, Renew Home. Who is Renew Home? Genesis Century. Genesis.
And of course, westbound I-270, but stop and go approaching Vasquez. Weather forecast going to be mostly sunny today. A slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms, a high of 75. Right now, partly cloudy and 55. With your impact traffic and weather.
Let's go see what Corey's saying where we can do it.
Delta Dental of Colorado can help
Where
you
is their
protect
office
your
at?
oral health so you can unleash your smile power. Go to deltadentalco.com today to see all of the plan options for groups, individuals, and families.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
I just said Genesis, Renew, Duran. Damn it, who am I missing? God, I got so many things I can't see, man.
See, what Hillary Clinton said is exactly what they're still doing. Trump knows he's an illegitimate president, so they're not even recognizing that he's president.
Serious? Where?
Third floor balcony.
Did she tell you where it is?
No, but me and Suzanne were down next break.
They don't want you grilling
on the fourth floor here of the construction.
I think they just seem not.
Where is Maggio? Oh, he's got to climb up those stairs. Actually, he's doing pretty good.
If you get with Corey,
it's just stairs that he has trouble with.
Yeah.
Stairs
and. I wonder how driving is. Just got to get used to it. When you don't feel that pedal, I just wonder how that is.
You use the other foot.
That'd be weird. Well, actually, what leg is it? I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think it's his right leg.
I thought it was. Yeah. Where's Machowski? Coins? No.
I mean, he wasn't scheduled, so he must have.
You should have asked Corey if she'd cook him. All right, welcome to the show. It's car day. It's Friday, and we are here to
solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, make your life just a little bit better. In studio with me, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, Nick Yutzy. We love saying your name, Nick. Did you get made fun of in school with that name? I've got to ask you straight up, man. Yutzy. Putsy, Yutzy. I mean, I can't be the first one.
Yahtzee, that's a big one. Yahtzee.
Oh, the game Yahtzee.
Yep.
All right, cool, man. I don't know. I had major. You're a major pain in the ass. I had that
Those
stuff.
kids are brutal.
Well, yeah. Were you picked on, or did you pick on people, or really neither?
When I was younger, I got picked on. I was heavy.
You were the fat kid, if you will.
Fat kid. I tried to say heavy, but
I got picked on.
And then
trying to make yourself. I'm picking on you right now, is what you're saying.
Exactly. So
my first name got picked on more than my last.
Nick. Oh yeah, Nick rhymes with you can.
All kinds of things.
Yeah.
Why's a stick?
Interesting, Nick. Stick. That's right. 303-713-8255. Any car questions today? By the way, we've got something cool. We are going to test out a product. Tom used to do a lot of this. We'd call it fame or shame. We're going to start doing it again. Today will be the first day that we've done it in a long time. Actually, years ago, I did it. Kevin, you might have been in studio when we did the dollar steaks. Were you here?
I thankfully was not here. No,
you weren't here.
I heard a lot about it.
So we wanted to test the dollar store steaks back in the day.
I heard the smell lasted about a week.
Yeah, and we put them up against. We just basically wanted to see if people liked them or not, and
nasty.
They were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. In fact, truth be told, the dollar steaks from the dollar store, the 99-cent store, wherever we got them, they are so bad, they literally package them, and I'm not kidding, they package them in an antacid. If you look up the main ingredient of what the red sauce they package them in, it's an antacid, which blew me away that they do that. But that's one way to do it. So, but today, if you follow the show, I love stocks. I follow companies. I love IPOs. There was an IPO not too long ago with a company called Beyond Meat. And, man, did it take off. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I wasn't involved. I was terrified to buy it. I thought, who in their right mind would buy into a fake product like this? And it just took off. Since then, it's fallen quite a bit. I think it's like 30% down from its highs. But regardless of that, I have never tried in my life a veggie burger or anything close to it. Have you, Kevin?
Yeah, some of the veggie burgers aren't bad.
Well, we're going to try Beyond Meat today.
I haven't tried this before.
Yeah, we're going to try it. We're going to see if it tastes good. We've got a couple different samples. We're going to have everybody taste it and see what happens. Give it a fame or shame. 303-713-8255. I'll always let you know when a line's open. Nick Yutzy, what's going on in the hail, man? What do you do when the hail's gone, honestly?
Usually take the winter off a few months and take it easy and try to work the extra hours in the summer when the work's there.
Yeah. Hey, Dano, guess who came out to my house yesterday? Matt.
That's what I heard, Paragon.
Yeah, Paragon came out. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any hail damage, and guess what? We have hail damage everywhere. I couldn't believe it. He came down and said,
What,
man.
on your house?
Yeah, my house. I didn't even know it. So I'm telling you folks out there, if you haven't looked, I preach this every day, and I didn't know I had hail damage. But we had hail. We had 2 or 3 storms, but it didn't seem like they caused any damage. But, man, this guy found everything. My barn, my garage doors, my roof, my siding needs paint. It doesn't need siding. The windows. I mean, it's crazy. I probably got an $80,000, $90,000 claim coming.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. I'll let everybody know how that goes as we work through it, but it's absolutely amazing. Here's an interesting one. How come I always end up with the Denver Post problems? Don, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello, Don. How are you, sir?
Okay.
What's up?
Well, we've had Post subscriptions continuously for almost 60 years.
60 years?
Yeah, and most of that time, we're used to getting the paper by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Anymore, 8 o'clock or after for the most part, when we do get it.
Don, it is amazing. It is amazing to me. There are so few people that get the paper now that it can't get delivered early or on time. You're not the first one to complain about the time, but is that why you're calling?
No, just that we're not getting the paper. This week is the worst. We did not get Sunday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Why do these guys... Suzanne, do we still have the Angel over there? Why do they still...
Oh, yeah.
This is crazy. I mean, they're going to help you, but for the life of me, I can't understand. There's so few people that get it. How do they screw it up? Actually, more as a business model, how the hell are they in business? How in the hell do they distribute something to a port still? I don't know how they do it. Don, how much is it these days?
Well, our subscription, annual subscription, was about $675.
Wait a minute. You're
pretty
telling.
close to
Wait a minute.
700.
Wait. Does that come with what? A TV? I mean, does that come with an iPad? I mean, do you get any freebies? You're telling me the paper right now is over $600? It used to be like $9.
Yeah.
And
but,
you pay $600 for the paper.
670 something.
Do we have a psychologist on the referral list? I mean, this is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Don, why do you pay that much? Why not get an iPad or something?
Well, I'm 91 years old. I'm not computer.
You sound great. You actually sound great for 91, man. What's help us out? What's the secret sauce? How do you stay alive? What's the secret?
I really don't know, but
seriously, man, you're in good shape. I mean, you sound in good shape. What is the secret? Are you married?
Oh, definitely, and she's the same age.
How long have you guys been married?
72 years.
Say what? Congratulations.
That's incredible, man. That's congratulations. I thought we're on 26. I was pretty impressed with myself, but this is crazy numbers. Wow. That must be the secret. You know, Tom was reading an article the other day. You know, people that are happy live longer. Don, I can assure you this. We're going to get that paper. We're going to reach out, and we're going to make sure you get your paper. And you're right. You're not going to be switching at this point. If you want to get that paper and pay $600 a year, I'll be damned if these guys can't deliver it. I'll be damned. I can't imagine why not.
$2 a day, you think you can get his paper?
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
$2. Oh man, I can't. He wants the paper. I just, the common sense in me. I can't believe it's $600. Don, we're going to grab your information. Okay, we're going to reach out. We're going to make sure you get your paper. We have someone that'll actually monitor it and make sure it's delivered every day. Okay.
I'd like to mention one more thing, though.
Go ahead, sir.
That when I couldn't get any satisfaction from the normal, reporting not getting the paper, then I decided I ought to get to somebody with some real authority.
Yeah.
I called the circulation operations manager, Bill Reynolds, and just got a voicemail to his phone, and he never responded. The next day, I called the vice president, the financial officer, and was going to ask for a refund if they couldn't resolve the problems.
Wow.
Again, nobody calls me back.
It's incredible. The guy's spending $600. I mean, think of how much internet you could buy for a year for $600. It is seriously, man. It's absolutely crazy that these guys, for $50 a month, $50 a month, cannot deliver a paper to this guy. I find it outrageous.
Where does he live?
And then they don't. Where do you live? I mean, don't tell me you're up like it. Yes, right here. I mean, he's right here.
There you go. Yeah.
There's no excuse for this. We're going to reach out to our angel. We'll follow up and, follow up with us, too. And it's a shame the Denver Post, a great customer, $600 a year, can't even call the guy back. Can't even call the guy back.
If you suffer from sleep...
Have you seen a Sunday paper? The paper's about this thick, and it's just all print ads.
Back when I was delivering them, they were like, what, that thick?
Oh, hell yeah, I've done that.
that Sunday paper.
Yeah, because you could chuck the other ones. The Sunday paper, you had a hard time, yeah. You do damage with that thing when it lands.
Yeah. Hold on, guys.
Visit ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
Denver egress windows. These things are very important. You have a basement and you have a bedroom down there, you better have an escape route. So you might need, in fact, by code, you might need an egress window. But if you currently have one, these guys can also come out. If it's gotten old and rusty, they can fix it. It's a very, very important thing to have if someone is living in the basement. Plus, it'll add value to the house. It'll do everything like that. DenverEgressWindows.com, DenverEgressWindows.com, or give them a call, 720-626-4221. They'll beat all the prices.
For retirement, what if you could easily pay off your mortgage?
Is that it for this hour? Or this break?
Without repaying a loan. It is possible. With a reverse mortgage from American Financing, homeowners 62 years and older.
Perfect. But you're moving stuff into there.
Without losing ownership of your home. You just have to keep up with property taxes and homeowners insurance, which I'm sure you're doing anyway. It's a solution worth considering, especially...
You ever wonder how some of these riders,
using your retirement savings.
I mean, just the brain damage they cause with these things.
What do you mean?
Well, you ever read, like, on Yahoo, the guy's last name is Newman. He hates Trump.
Oh.
So his last thing to come out with that he thinks the Democrats would be better for the stock market than Trump. And he wrote like an entire...
I don't even know how he could say that.
But that's what I'm
with a straight
saying.
face.
How do you write that and...
Did you open this, Nick?
Yep.
You did?
Yep, I just did.
Here. Well, there's one over here. I'll steal it from Dan. You know what I mean? How do they come up with these things and actually with any kind of legitimacy?
I have absolutely no idea, man. No idea.
How could Elizabeth Warren be better for the stock market than what Trump's doing?
Actually, I heard something coming in this morning. Some of the really, really big donors for Democrats, they said if Warren, big donors,
Yeah.
man.
They can't
If
support
Warren
her.
gets the nomination,
They can't support her.
they're not writing any checks. They won't support her, and they might actually support Trump.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But it's
if
gotten
you, if you have
gotten to polar opposites. There's no middle.
Yeah, well, no one's going to. No one with any money wants socialism. I mean, no one who's got a retirement fund should want socialism.
No.
You won't have a retirement fund.
No, you got to cash it out and disappear if you want to retire.
I mean, it's crazy. And this whole thing with Biden and his son, that's one thing this whole whistleblower thing's doing, is really bringing this back up.
Yeah. But, I laugh. It's like Tom says, please sue me so I can get discovery and solve this. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what the Democrats are doing to themselves. Going after Trump and they expose Biden.
Ed, you might as well, if you can put those up, just name and what it is, because she's going to be down there cooking those for a minute. And I'm going to interview you a little. You are seriously good with it, right? Really, I'm very curious about the Arkansas, and how old were you when you decided you were gay, honestly? Yeah, it's a great story. It's a fucking great story.
Cool.
What? Yesterday. What are you doing, Ross? What are you doing?
He wants to get in on the free food.
We already did crossover. Actually, grab Ross for me real quick. Just ask him, tell him I want him just for a second.
Just missed him.
He's quick.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
I just
It's all right.
He moves quick. Yeah.
I was going to ask him about that if he heard that story about those big donors, because I mean that's crazy. So actually, I think I think Trump will beat anybody they put up, but who would he beat easier? And after, I was going to say Biden until I heard that.
I think Biden would give him the most trouble.
Who?
Biden would. He's more centric than the other two knuckleheads.
Yeah, but Biden's got this whole thing with his kid floating out there now.
Well, now
I don't know why is that kid who got kicked out of college and I think got busted with a crack pipe or cocaine.
He got
or
kicked
something.
out of the Naval Reserve.
Why is he getting 50? Oh, he got kicked out of Naval Reserves?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, not college. Yeah. How come $50,000 a month he makes from this company?
Well, who knows what he's doing with it and how he funnels it and, everything else. But, yeah.
What do you think,
We
Dan?
got to do it downstairs. There's no plug-in on third floor.
Oh, you're lucky. We're just running around.
Where we did the other stuff.
Let's get a little car music. It's car day at the Troubleshooter Show.
303-713-8255. One line open. If you got any questions, complaints. Yes, Suzanne.
Hey, Mark, if there's any show fans out there that maybe somebody wants to stop by and help us with the burgers out front, then we can bring them up for the show to say hi.
I thought
we need help cooking them. How am I going to answer phones and cook burgers outside, Mark?
I know, you're multitasker.
And really, she's a sandwich lady.
You know what she called it this morning? She said, "You're in Dan's scheme or something." What did you refer to it as? I couldn't. I was like, "What are you talking about? A scheme? I want to try these burgers." What was that? What did you call it?
I don't remember. I'll think of it at 2 in the morning.
What I put up with, Kevin. Honest to God, man.
What you put up with? I'm just
Oh man, we were in an event last night, and the head honcho, if you will, introduces me to a bunch of people. And he said, "This is," what did he say again? I couldn't stop. I didn't know how to take it. Tell me how you would take this. Go ahead, Suzanne.
So he was introducing all the talent, and you were there, but Tom wasn't last night because he had a pre-engagement. And so Tim came on and said, "Here's the other half of Troubleshooter that hopefully you like, Mark Major."
So how do you take that? Do you take it like they don't like Tom, hopefully they like me, or hopefully I don't know how to take it.
You're an acquired taste. That's what he was trying to say.
You know, every time Tom's gone for multiple weeks, which happens a lot actually, and it'll be happening more and more, I end up in the principal's office. I swear to God. I don't know why. So I'm trying
You
to
end up in the principal's office when Tom is here, Mark, not just when he's gone.
That's true. All right, 303-713-8255. I digress. Eric, what's going on with you, sir?
Hello.
Yes, Eric, how are you doing?
Good, Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. What's up?
That's awesome. Hey, so question. I bought a vehicle from my dad's friend.
Okay.
It's a vehicle that was going to be kind of like, I was going to work on it, fix it up a little bit, and he gave me a clean title, signed it over to me. But do I have to register it? I'm thinking about just cleaning it up and then just selling it. And
what do you mean? Well, technically, if you sold it, in other words, did he just leave the title blank? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he pretty much left it blank and signed it in his name that it's out of his hands.
You know, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. So here's the deal. That's called skipping title. If you sign it over, you're not supposed to do it because the state's missing money. Would I do it? Read between the lines. Maybe, maybe not. Don't make a habit of it. You'll get caught doing it. But, you're not supposed to do it. But I don't know. What do you think, Kevin? I mean, I think in my life I've probably done it before.
But it's about $6. Just go get a title.
Yeah, but then sometimes you have to wait. But you're right. Most of the time they print it.
You have to put taxes too, though. Sales tax on it.
Well, you may have to pay sales tax. So you list as a $100 sale, and you go pay $12 for the title.
The bottom line, Eric, is you're supposed to do it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. And I'm trying to just say, hey, I don't have time to finish this up as a project vehicle, and I just want to just sell it, but I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you're supposed to actually register it in your name. You get a new title, then you would sign it over. I mean, it's just the chain of events. So there's numerous reasons you should do it. Do people skip title? Yeah, all the time. What the penalty is, I have no idea if there even is. I'm sure there's some kind of penalty, but I don't know what it would be, nor do I know how anybody would. Let's say worst scenario.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Worst scenario, let's say someone you sold it to and skipped reported you to DMV. I mean, I don't even know what would happen. Nick, I mean, have you ever heard of this? You deal with hail-damaged cars all the time. You've probably ended up with a few cars.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that back when I was buying and selling cars, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would get caught, but technically you should do it, and really you're gypping us, too, as taxpayers by not paying it.
If you lose a title, that's not in your name, how do you get a duplicate title?
That would be hard. All right, you can free that line up. One line open, 303-713-8255. Brian, what's going on with this Mitsubishi Montero?
Well, I'm having some issues. It seems as of recently, when I try to put it in gear, I'm getting a lot of resistance on the actual shifter. It's an automatic, and, yeah, it's just, you kind of push the button in, pull the shifter back, and I'm getting resistance when I do that, and I'm worried that I'm going to end up on the side of the road or something.
Kevin, what do you think, man? Is it the clutch?
No, he said it's an automatic.
Oh.
So, I mean, it could be something gets spilled in the shifter itself. I've seen that coffee or pop or something gets spilled, it gets a little sticky, or the cable is starting to bind up. You may need a new shift cable.
Okay.
Sounds fairly minor, but yeah, I would get it looked at if it is... if you tug too hard on it, something's going to break.
These new cars, like my new car, I don't have, like, it's an automatic, of course, but I've got, on my shifter, it's got reverse, neutral, and drive, but there's no park. I literally hit a button. That shifter, though, is nothing but a button as well, right? There's no cable in my car.
No, it's all electronic.
It's all electronic. So really, I don't even need a shifter, these new ones. Really, you could just hit R for reverse. Why don't they do that? Just because people are used to it, you think?
Good question. I don't know the exact logic, yeah.
Suzanne, didn't you say you were in a vehicle recently that everything was push button or not?
Say that again?
Weren't you in a vehicle recently that didn't have a shifter? You said everything was push button?
Yeah, that was the Palisade I saw. The news.
The Hyundai Palisade.
Palisade.
Listen,
it's beautiful.
No shifter. Everything's you just push a button.
It may be safer to have a shifter so you're not inadvertently pushing buttons.
So, Brian, does that make sense to you? I mean, he's just got to look at it. I mean, do you look at stuff like that for free, Kevin?
Yeah, we'll take a look.
Why don't you just bring it down to Sheridan, man? They'll look at it, give you a free estimate.
Okay, I will do that. So you indicated that there's the possibility it could be a shifting cable?
Either the shifter or the cable, yes.
Okay.
How much?
All right, well,
hold on.
Guys, have a good
Yeah, you got it. Thanks, man. How much, basically, if it is the cable, is that? I mean, is that a big
100,
job?
$200,
and then
like
it's fixed.
Yeah.
And then if it is the shifter, what actually breaks on the shifter?
Well, it's not necessarily breaks, but something gets spilled, and the
Just
moving
old.
parts get sticky inside. So sometimes you can clean it up and lube it.
I got you. Yeah. All right, 303-713-8255. We do have open lines. Victoria, it says you got an update on Chase Bank. Help me out here. What happened?
We actually had...
No, hold on. What was the actual story, though? When you called the first time, what was the problem with Chase?
They would not credit some fraudulent charges on the account.
How much was it?
Over $1,500.
$1,500. And where did the fraudulent charges come from?
Somebody had stole the card and used it at King Soopers.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So they did refund. Why wouldn't they refund it? Because it was swiped? They were saying it must not have been stolen?
Correct. They felt that and even all the documentation we had sent, they had said that they felt that they were valid charges, even though we had given them multiple evidence that there was no possibility that it could have been us. They were not willing to reverse the charges.
Is this the one where they reverse some of them and not all of them?
This company did not reverse any of them.
Chase.
Correct.
Wow. So how did we get it handled? Who called up and helped on this one, guys? Was this Daphne?
Daphne was amazing.
So she called up, she talked to someone at Chase, and you got a full credit on it.
Yes, we did. We got our credit for the funds that they had charged, yes.
What's amazing to me is that Chase, in the first place, did they think you actually made the charges and then simply were saying you didn't?
They actually did not look at the entire statement. My husband actually, and I hold a card on his account, and my card was stolen. And when they were questioning him, because it was his account, they asked him if he had his card in his hand, and he said, yes, I have my card. Well, because he said he had his card,
I got it.
They said, oh, well, then these are valid charges. But what they did not listen to is that I am a card holder as well. And
You know what's even weirder than that? It wasn't too long ago. Our daughter, she's in Metro. So in the Metro bookstore in the college down there, she bought her books or whatever. Not only, how many days later was it?
Well, she used my credit card to buy her books.
Yep.
And then
Some
to buy
coffee there.
a Starbucks or something. And within a couple of days, boom.
Within
somebody
a
was
couple of
swiping.
days, someone was swiping her card. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Swiping her card, and it happened to be at multiple King Soopers. But what's remarkable is we still had the card. And what our bank told us, and we have a great bank, A&B Bank, great people, they said, yeah, what they're doing now, that's why they went to these chips. They actually copy the card. They make a fake card, and then they go through those, self-checkout lines. And so the card doesn't look weird, even though it does look weird, but no one sees it. I mean, that's incredible. Well, Victoria, I am so glad, and this is a perfect example of what we do here every day. You were $1,500 short. We got involved, and you got it all back. And I'll thank Daphne for you as well. She's not here today.
And it's really the angel at Chase Bank. She's helped
Absolutely.
three times in the last 2 months. She's gotten us refunds.
So they're good people over there.
Spectacular.
Yeah, she was amazing. She helped a lot, and I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys did.
Doesn't it suck though? You have to go through all this to make it right.
Yeah. Had you been with Chase for a while?
You know what? We have been with Chase for years, and
They don't care. They're so big.
Yeah, but still.
And you know, this has been going on since December of last year.
Wow. Well, I'm glad. And how long did it take us to get it solved? I want everybody to listen to this.
It took about 2.5 weeks, maybe.
So she's been dealing with it a year, 2.5 weeks. Hey, thank you very much, Victoria. We love updates like that. All right, listen. Listen up. 303-713-8255. We have some open lines. Anything you want to bring to this show, if you've been ripped off, taken advantage of, listen to what we just did on that. Steve, I promise I'll get to you after this break. 303-713-8255. And I'm going to talk to Ugly Ed a little bit. He is our new technical producer, and we've never really formally introduced him. He's got an interesting story. Literally, he's a gay man from Arkansas, and I say that for a reason. Stay tuned.
This is
How many times do you hear that?
Okay. I guess we didn't get. I'm gonna go. What should I throw on? Should I throw
Suzanne, you're going to have to stay in there.
Am I gonna? What do you think? One of each?
Why don't you bring Nick down? He can help too.
Okay.
Nick, do you know how to grill?
Are you a good griller? Not really.
Or show him how to switch the audio. Or show Kevin.
Okay.
Switch audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all you got to do is, so this here, the snowball, it says snowball there, that's just us talking here. When it switches over, you just got to go boom.
Side of Vasquez as well. The weather forecast. Mostly sunny today. A slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high of 75. Tonight, slight chance of storms early, then mostly cloudy in the overnight hours. Low of 49. Tomorrow, sunny night.
And the next question is,
It's that right there.
Brent Ivinson's going to be 11:15. Lazera said he's available before noon. When do you want Lazera? Because I don't like him holding a
Brent's
long
going to be
time.
really hard at 11:15 because he's only going to have 60 seconds, but okay.
Well, when did you want him? You're the one who... You told me before...
Oh,
he said he had to do it before noon because he was...
Then it's no big deal. It's just going to be... Just let him know it's going to be 60 seconds. I can't have
Then what do you want to do about Joe Lazera?
Times about stem cell therapy. Centeno Schultz, by the way, they're featured in that article.
You want to go down there with me because I can run back and forth there.
Tell him I've got a particular question about Douglas County.
I'm going to go help Dan. He's going to run back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
No, my wife actually told me, you know what, I'm grilling from now on, because I mean, burnt one time, raw the other.
What are you doing this weekend? Anything, man?
Not much.
Nothing? Just working?
Yep.
You watch football?
Yeah, yeah.
I love football, man. I love this time of year.
It's not like the Broncos are worth watching really this year.
They're horrible.
I know.
I've been really good on pro this year. I've hit every bet. Well, not every bet, but 80% of them.
That's cool.
College, I'm going to quit betting it. I suck at college. I was in a thing last year with our old board op, where each week you pick basically the games, spreads, and whoever has the most points at the end of the season, we all put in like $50. So I end up coming in first. Here's the part that's mind-blowing. I literally, you'd log on to ESPN and you just check which ones you want. I literally blinded everyone. Do. No rhyme, no reason whatsoever. Knew nothing about any of the teams. Nothing. And I end up coming in first. He was so pissed. He couldn't believe it. And he knew that's what I was doing. That's how random they are.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because some of the spreads are like, 38 points, 40-point spreads.
Exactly.
Who the heck? You never know if the coach is going to be like, I feel bad for the other team. Let's put in our second stringer. I mean, you never know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this year, I get nervous. Like Patriots were favored by like 22 points last week. I can't bet something like that. Yeah. It's the same way. I mean, Belichick usually doesn't let off the gas, and Brady doesn't. But still, you never know.
Yeah.
You might want to pull him out when you're that far ahead because you don't want him getting injured.
That's what I'd do if I was coach.
But Broncos, man, they do not look good. They do not look good at all.
That was a good game last night. Did you catch that one?
No, but I won it. I bet, I did a teaser. So I bet $220 to win $200 that the Eagles could lose by up to 10.5 points, and the game had to be over 40. No, because I teased it down. I think it was 42. It was a high-scoring game. So it had to be over 42, and Eagles could lose by 10.5. And I figured that's pretty much a lock. And I had something to do last night. I didn't see 1 minute of it. I looked this morning. Apparently, Eagles won the last second.
Yep.
Was it good?
Yeah.
All right, we'll play it by ear. I mean, regardless, we're going to do it. So I nailed that one, but that's what I've been hitting all week are teasers, man.
Yeah.
I do a 6-point teaser.
Flex agent.
I've done some. I'll tell you the craziest ones I used to do was 10-point teasers, but you had to do 3. You had to pick 3 things. So I'd usually do the over/under. I'd pick a team on one game, then I'd tease 10 points on a different game. But having 3 things happen, even if they give you 10 points, is a real bitch, man. But straight up, I'm starting to see. I bet probably 9 out of 10 bets are teasers. I don't bet straight bets anymore. Very, very little. I almost bet against the Broncos every time this year.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. Well, it depends on his point spread.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. How much is it, if someone has a door ding, how much is it generally? Like one ding, they're in Walmart, someone hits it, paint's not scratched.
$100.
Okay. I think.
A lot of times I'll say $80, and they'll say something about Tom, and I'll say give them a $20 discount or something.
All right, 303-713-8255. One line open. Don't forget 303 Martino works on and off the air when we're not here. Honestly, over the weekend, anytime, leave a message here. Same with help@troubleshooter.com. I check that all the time, personally. And Suzanne checks it, and Deputy Dan. So when those emails come in, we get them all the time. We get them throughout the evening. If we're up, we generally get them. And we're pretty good at getting back to you fairly quick. We like lining you up for the show. And that's about it. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of, report a bad contractor. I want to hear about it. I want to fight for you. I want to recover money for you. Speaking of which, Mark's got a comment on Victoria, who had a problem with Chase Bank. Yes, sir. Tom brings out his dinger. The problem is his dinger is with him. I don't have his dinger. Thank God I don't have his dinger. I know. Hey, that's funny, Mark. But no, Tom keeps his dinger with him all the time. Here, I'll bring out it. She's my wife too. Ouch! Ouch! It's war, baby. It's war. Have a good day, sir. Look at him stirring it up. Usually Dan's the one stirring it up. 303. Is that the same dinger? Nice, nice. Ed, I do got to ask you something, and I'm going to kind of sprinkle this throughout the show, but you came out of the closet, I guess is what they call it, right? I mean, when did you realize you were gay? It's a very interesting thing you told me one day. Well, roughly age. See, that's not what my understanding was, though. My understanding was that years went by. You were married But you're saying you knew you were gay the whole time, even when you were married. In Arkansas.
Surrounded by the people I was surrounded with, you kept that to yourself.
So, in other words, you knew you were gay forever.
Yeah, since I was a child.
But you didn't want to come out purely because your surroundings. So you're saying if you were born, for example, in Colorado, we're pretty liberal here, or at least in Denver, or in L.A., or anywhere where it's more acceptable, if you will.
Right.
It wouldn't have, you would have never gotten married to a woman.
Correct.
Wow. That's interesting. It's got to be very hard. I can't think of anything in my life that is similar to that. In other words, I can't think of any time I was oppressed so much, because really that's what it was.
That is oppression, yes.
Was it a deeply religious thing? Not being gay, but
No.
the reason you didn't come out in Arkansas, you were in a family that was very religious, and that was like you're going to hell type thing, or no?
That's exactly what my mother said when I told her.
Seriously?
Yeah.
She said you're going to hell.
Yeah.
You know, in a way, we have some relatives. I mean, Suzanne, I don't know how much you would chime in on that.
I don't care. Go ahead.
But, I mean, we have relatives that are like that. We have relatives that brought their kids up.
You can say it. They're my relatives, not yours.
Yeah, I know. In a very... They're definitely not...
Yeah, they're definitely yours, Suzanne.
So, but they were brought up, and I guess I would call it fire and brimstone. I mean...
Exactly.
The kids, first of all, were not to be heard. You know, the kids were basically like, you know, pets.
Seen and not heard.
Yeah, seen and not heard. And, you know, they beat the crap out of their kids a lot. On top of that, God, it's just so bad I can't even tell you. It is so bad that it's so bad. One of the first times and only times I went to her church when we just met, they brought this kid up in the church. First of all, it's not a church like you're thinking. It's not like you go to a Catholic church or anything and it's a nice cathedral. I mean, it's like...
Drinking turpentine and shaking chickens?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah. It's horrible. It was
Holding
poor.
snakes?
It was dirt poor. You know what it is? When people have absolutely nothing, they don't have a work ethic, they don't have money, they don't have anything, they seem to have to bury themselves in something. And in this case, this clan, as I refer to them, basically buried themselves in this church. But anyhow, they brought this kid up there, and they start doing what they call speaking in tongues. And they're yelling, and I'm not making fun of a religion, trust me, but they're screaming at this kid, and the kid had to be like 8, 7. I mean, it was a little kid, and he did something wrong, which was stupid. I don't even remember what it was. And they're screaming at him. They're scaring the hell out of him. And I'm just sitting there because I never in my life witnessed anything like that.
And just to clarify, I grew up in it. I don't practice that now and haven't since I was a child.
No. In fact, Suzanne's, I don't mind saying that. I don't mind talking for her. She might kill me later, but, you know, when I met her, it was bad enough in her family. She was in foster care when I met her.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you, man. So I know you guys have talked because of that same background, but I can't imagine being gay in having that background, because it does bring a whole nother aspect to it, because some people literally think that's the devil, it's hell, you're going to hell, you're an evil person.
Well, and the hypocrisy, you can't see it when you're in it. But once you step out of it and you look back, and you're like, wait a minute, there's people here that have had divorces and all kind, and they're yelling at me that I'm going to hell. I'm like,
crazy.
The hypocrisy is ridiculous.
No, it's the same for Suzanne's family, too. Even till this day, it's remarkable. You mind if I say that one comment? She's shaking at me. No, that was made on Facebook. That was crazy.
I don't care.
It was crazy, man. So one of her relatives, God, this is so funny, but it's not funny. It's unbelievable. One of her relatives lost a child at a very young age. How old was the kid that died?
She was like 8 or 9.
8-year-old.
And it was a mysterious death.
It was a mysterious, quick death, and this happened a few years ago. And the kid dies. So her mother and stepfather, right on Facebook years later, in fact, about a month ago, basically that they're never going to see their daughter because they're going to hell, and because the daughter, I guess, wasn't brought up in the church either as well, you know, she's not going to be resurrected. But literally on Facebook was putting up that they're never going to see their dead daughter again because they're heathens and everything else. And I'm reading this, and I absolutely can't believe, how evil is it to say something like that to people that lost their kid? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Hypocrisy, that's a great word for it. Listen, Steve, Mike, Haven, that's an interesting name. I promise I'll go back to the phones. We'll be back right after these messages. Now,
A little bit I was gone.
Yeah.
2 people bitched.
What did they bitch about?
Can't hear the caller.
Is Kevin on it?
Kevin's on.
Kevin's on it, like Blue Bonnet. Is he bringing them up?
I'm gonna go down there. No, like say I gave him my card.
Oh, good.
So he's able to come on down there. I will. I'll go down next break because it's bigger, longer.
Were you brought up in a religion?
Me? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dana?
yeah, it was. It really
Oh,
wasn't
of course
that
you were.
anything. Catholic.
Catholic.
Yeah.
No.
But it really wasn't, even though they did say that that's not the right way to go. They didn't. It wasn't the fire and brimstone.
No, it wasn't preached like that.
Condemnation.
Yeah, no. But the Catholic Church is kind of...
Abortion's condemnation there, Catholic Church.
Oh, I told you that Stephen King story is one of the best,
Yeah,
man. You still need to read that.
Yeah.
What do they call it? They didn't go to hell, but they went to purgatory.
Purgatory.
Which sounds worse than hell.
Well, it's the go-between, huh? That's all the big practice. But what gets me...
Well, I was baptized Catholic, and I was brought up... My parents never really, they were like fake church people. They went because of the bridge clubs and shit.
Not my fault.
But it was always Methodist and Luther and, shit like that.
No.
Did you go every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
I went Sunday,
Every Sunday.
or Wednesday, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday nights.
Yeah. And we didn't work on Sundays on the farm unless it was something like hail coming in or you got to get a drop off. But otherwise, we didn't work on Sundays.
But I can't believe that with Ed. That would be so freaking hard, man.
Yeah.
It would be so hard.
It's just, it's not right. And people look at what Trump's doing. He's trying to get the other countries and stuff. There's, I think, 30...
Women.
But no, on gay people. There's like 30 countries that still have it, that it's up to death for gay people.
My mother,
credit.
I might bring this up on air, but this is wild. My mother, they're in Florida, and they were building a mosque somewhere around the town they're in. They're kind of near Orlando, but they were building a mosque, and I guess there was some controversy about it. And my mother wanted to go down. My mother is the biggest liberal I've ever met.
She's Jewish, right?
Oh my God! Well, she is now. She is now. Isn't that funny? She is now. She literally turned to Judaism, or she's a Jew now. No kidding, man. I don't even know how. Anyhow, she converted. She went through it. She's actually has a Jewish name.
What's her name? Isabel. I think that's a Jewish name.
Yes.
No, I think that's...
But listen, something's going on with the mosque, so my mother's going to go down, and she's in favor of the mosque. In other words, whatever it was, she's like, yeah, they should do that, whatever. I don't even remember what it was. And I'm thinking, here's the biggest liberal I know, ever. I mean, her entire life. Woman's liber, the whole deal, man. And those people oppress women worse than anybody in the fucking world, and she's down there standing up for their rights. And I'm thinking, their rights, they're horrible with women. Right. Horrible.
And they say that it's different when they're over here. It's just the other countries.
No, it's not, because at the mosque they have to wear the get-up. They have to do the whole thing. The get-up. What, is that not politically correct? The get-up?
What do they call that? The hijabi? Whatever is the burqa is the biggest.
Like George at Harvard? What did he do there?
Well, if you watch, what's it, Curb Your Enthusiasm, they have one where they're protesting Palestinian chicken. And the Jewish people.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a good one.
That was a good
but
one.
It was good. The chicken was really, really good.
I love the chicken.
I saw that one not long ago. I went through 0 to the end not long ago.
No, he's pretty funny.
The Seinfeld one was almost a full Seinfeld. I got tempted. I just don't have the time. I was going to download it, the whole video. I was going to cut out the parts that weren't the Seinfeld, and I was going to stitch the whole episode together.
Oh, okay.
It would have been it's about a full 10-minute Seinfeld.
Okay. Are you talking when they're older? When they were older they were going to do the Seinfeld show?
They did do the show. They were doing a reunion show.
But so they're quite a bit older then. Yeah, you can see they're older.
Oh, yeah. But if I cut out the Larry David parts, And just,
Gotcha.
I literally could make a 12-minute Seinfeld.
Gotcha.
There's enough video to make the entire reunion show and cut out Curb Your Enthusiasm. You'd never know. You would think it was the lost episode.
Right. You know what surprises me? Larry David left Seinfeld, but then he goes and writes Curb Your Enthusiasm.
God, it's a funny show.
Oh, I think, yeah.
Curb is really good. It's not as,
Good.
you can tell it was done cheaper and a lot more improv.
Yeah, yes. And I'm sure that's what Larry's good at, is improv. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and that guy, when I seen it, he paid $6.78 for the Denver Post.
What?
When I called him up, he paid $6.78. I thought he got some extra bonuses. All they give him, they send him a thing to get a free magazine subscription. You know how, and I'm sure they charge him after that subscription's done.
Can you believe $600?
$6.78.
Almost $700
Almost
for the
$700.
newspaper.
Yeah.
I'm actually like, I don't know how that's, I wonder if it's possible that's not true. Like, he's wrong.
I know you can get, like, the first ones in there.
Go to Denver Post. Oh, Kevin's not here. Can you go to Denver Post? See if you can find out how much.
Computer illiterate.
He can't grill.
Nope.
He can't serve.
I can take a dent out of a car.
He can take
You
it.
can take a damn good dent out of the car. Let me tell you that.
I can paint a car too.
Oh.
It doesn't
Do
say that.
you do that? Oh, you don't.
I used to. I paint or PPG.
Okie dokie. 303-713.
8255. I'll let you know when a line is open. This, as you know, is the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Speaking of which, Steve, what do you got, sir?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
What's up, man?
Well, we're looking to buy a 2018 Audi Q7.
Yeah.
It was from McDonald. It was one of their fleet vehicles, courtesy car, whatever.
How many miles on it?
7,000.
Oh, okay. It's basically a new car that they, when someone had an Audi being worked on, they, of course, lent it out. I get it.
Exactly. So they come with a 5-year, bumper-to-bumper warranty and all that good stuff, but it's dated back to the original release of the car, so we're losing 1 year on the service agreement. Then they were factoring in additional years for service. But my question is, what do you think about that Q7? Because in the past we heard, Audis have some electrical issues. Do you know if they've kind of worked through those? Or
well, it's just when they get up there around, Kevin will be back up and I'll quiz him. He's down there cooking our Beyond Meat. I bet he loves me now. So the guy comes in to be on the radio and answer car questions, and I send him down to cook burgers. Now, actually, can you even call them burgers, Deputy Dan? We're testing out Beyond Meat today to see how they actually taste.
And we have real burgers too. But
if
yes, they're pea protein based.
Literally peas?
Yep.
This might be like the dollar steak. I might pass. We'll figure it out. But I'll ask him. But here's the deal, man. First of all, I like that dealership. I don't even do commercials for them. I have no endorsement agreement with them. But I have purchased multiple cars from their Hyundai dealership. They're good people down there. I did the same thing on my new G90. It only had 3,000 miles, but it was the same type deal. So I got my Genesis from them not long ago, and Genesis is the same way. So for 36,000 miles, check this out. They'll actually bring me another car, pick my car up, go do the oil change, do the wiper blades, do whatever.
And they detail it.
And they detail it. I forgot about that. All of that, and then they bring it back, but they leave me a G90 while they take it, and that's for 36,000 miles. So I'm in somewhat of the same boat. I missed, a little bit of it, but I saved so much on the car, man. My car was $76,000, okay, on the sticker. That's what it sold for a year ago. It's an 18. I got it for $50,000, man. Brand new, full warranty, but it's a year old. So that's me. That's me. That's what I do, man. Steve, I would do the same thing. If you're saving real money on that vehicle, my God, you can buy that car right. How much are you going to save from it?
Well, it's going out the door at 53.9. The retail price is 55.4.
Nope, I'd beat them up. I'd beat them up, boy. And you know what? I just told you how much I like McDonald's. I'd do the walkout. I'd do whatever you need to do to get that price down. To save $2,000 on it, I'd say no. No way, Jose.
Okay, and that's good info on the number. But back to the Audi.
Up until you get, here's what we're talking about generally. Once you get up around that 100,000-mile mark, if that thing needs like cat converters, if it does have some electrical problems, they're very expensive to fix. I mean, the cats on some of those, Nick, you probably know this as well. I mean, you can drop $3-4 grand on factory cats for that, and they will go out eventually. So long as you sell it, in my opinion, Steve, 60, 70,000 miles, something like that, then I don't think you're going to have that many issues. But I will ask Kevin when he's back up here.
Okay, one other question on that one. On the service agreement, they had product document fees, $700. I mean, that seems a little steep to me. And what the heck do they do?
Well, hold on. Is there handling fees too, or that's it?
I don't see any handling fees.
Okay, that's your handling fee. Here's how all these dealerships work. Let's say you I'm just throwing numbers out. Let's say it's 50 grand. You negotiate it down to 45,000 or whatever. That 700 is still going to be on there. They literally don't remove that anymore. Most dealerships. So you can still negotiate the price of the vehicle down $700, but you're still going to see the dock fees on there. I have no idea why, but almost every single dealership does that. But listen, man, the most important part for you, that is a nice car. They hold their value. Just don't hold on to it forever. And I'm sure as it goes on, they're getting better. But you should get a much better deal on that. A 2000 in McDonald, if they're listening, that's crazy. A year-old car that's been driven 7,000 miles, they're only knocking a couple grand off. I think it's outrageous. Honest to God, I think it's outrageous. All right, 303-713-8255. Hey, Mike, I really wanted to hear your comeback, or not your comeback, your comment on the religious upbringing. I really would like to hear it. So call back. We'll be back right after these messages.
Rocky's Autos. What did you say? That's don't you think that's absurd?
If you can't get 10 grand off it, that's crazy.
Yeah, why would
yours
you?
was brand new. How many miles did you have?
3,000.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, but it's good though because then you don't pay tax on MSRP.
Gotcha.
What were you going to say? Why didn't you jump in? I saw your hand on the button. Jump in, man. Seriously. I'm not Tom. I do it different. I like people jumping in.
Okay.
Anything you can bring to it. Don't jump in and say, hey, is there any dents on there?
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying. But if you can bring anything to it, bring it.
I was just going to say German, and then I'm like, Audi is German, right? So I was like, nah.
I think it is German.
I'm pretty sure it is. But
it's owned by, I think Volkswagen owns Audi. I think it's Audi Volkswagen. I don't like Volkswagens. I don't like Audis. But people that love them, love them. Yeah. We saw this morning coming in, maybe it was last night, I don't remember, on I-25, or no, right here in front of us this morning was R8. Oh, bring it right here, man. Audi R8. Have you seen those? R8? I'm going to ask you about it. Yeah, it's a fucking sports car from hell. Oh, man.
That's the weird stuff.
This is?
Yeah.
Why is there two different kinds?
There was two different kinds.
What is it?
This is the Beyond, and this is some other.
Oh man, I wish you didn't tell me.
Okay.
Well, they're both fake.
These are both fake.
Okay.
These are beef.
All right, hold on. We'll check it out here in a few minutes. Did you taste them?
No.
Okay. Have you ever tasted them?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
I don't know.
I want you guys to taste these fake burgers too.
Well, just by the way I'm smelling, I'm like,
It smells almost like sausage. I don't think I'm smelling the real. God, who knows?
R8 has a V10.
What?
The R8 has a V10.
Probably. It's a $200,000 car.
Oh.
I mean, it's a unique son.
Like, what would I know about it? Yeah.
No. Just Audi in general. You know, we talk how expensive they are to fix after a while.
Yeah.
He wanted to know if he should buy it, quality-wise.
We are on bricks, too.
It's got about 7,000 miles. So you guys take a quarter of this, a quarter of this, both of you, and then those are real burgers. So, yep.
What kind of burgers are these?
We're not going to tell you. I just want to know which ones you like. I'll ask you different questions, both of you. But make
so
sure
a quarter of that.
Yep.
Okay, and a quarter of that.
Yep.
And then one of these.
And then
so there's three different ones.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
There's 3 different ones. And then just kind of remember. I'm trying to remember how we're going to remember.
There's
one.
We're going to call. We're going to call that one Big Red.
2.
Yeah, the red one.
Big Red. And then the other one looks like
Little Red.
Little Red.
And then regular.
And Little Red, and then regular.
Sorry, guys.
So
and the packages are in the other thing. I don't know what brand this is.
Okay.
Let's see here.
We don't got much for like tasters, but I couldn't do it alone.
Couldn't do what alone?
The burger alone. Okay, and then one of those.
And these are
well, these are the real ones. You can tell that.
Yeah, and if it's real.
You're the best, Kevin. I missed you.
Dude, they look good too.
They do look good.
This is the real one right here.
Thanks.
You can tell that like by leaps and bounds.
It's weird cooking them though.
Is it weird?
Yeah, it is weird.
What do you? Okay, I'm going to ask you. About
Yeah.
Wait till we're. Do you have them, Kevin?
No.
Yeah, get yours. Go and get yours. Yes. Wow, they look like salmon burgers there.
Yeah, the salmon. That's what we
We're
should
calling
call
it
that.
Big Red, Little Red, regular.
I'm just going to say which one's big and which one's little.
We should just call that salmon.
Wait a minute. What did I do here?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we didn't want condiments or bread
No,
because
I'm with
we
you.
wanted just the
No,
meat
no,
and
no,
stuff.
that's
Actually, other people are asking. You might want to give. Okay, that's Little Red.
Who's asking?
Well, like Smitty.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, she was really like Smitty. Did you get a napkin?
God, I don't know, man. I am such a finicky eater. I don't know if I can try it. I
Oh
swear.
no! People say it's delicious. No, and I've had it Qdoba. It just to me was.
I don't want any feedback yet. I'll ask you guys.
Okay.
Jesus. I am such a pussy when it comes to food. What?
Which one was big and which one was little red?
Big red is
the
really
red's that
red.
kind of tannish red, yeah.
The other one's gray red.
What do you mean, pussy? Just on foods?
I get You're a prick. I get squeamish, man. I do. It's like, the fact, I was fine with it until he said peas. And I hate peas. Now I know this damn
There's
thing's
no
made of
peas.
peas.
It's made of pea protein.
Yeah, that's what I said. Pea-based protein.
I'm convinced peas actually have urine in them.
Oh, Kevin, we had a call here. The guy is going to buy a...
Wait till we're on air. God, man.
Damn.
Jesus, Dano. I did want to know what that guy's comment was on religious upbringing. When we were we lived in Broken Arrow. I was like in 4th grade with my parents in Oklahoma. This lady would come to our bus stop. We just moved from Jersey, and my parents were, all of a sudden you're in the Bible Belt. It's crazy. So we're there, and every morning this woman would come to the bus stop, and she would literally read the Bible to all the kids there, but scream the Bible, I should say. And my mom wanted.
It's called preaching.
Yeah, she's preaching. My mom wanted to kill her, but it's almost like you just get used to it. It's the way it is.
Interesting.
I was made to go to church about 5
Didn't know
times.
we had salt.
Me
Like
too,
salt
bro.
in there. That's the only thing I like.
When I was real little, my parents would, on Easter, like I said, they were fake, man. They were like, okay, we gotta go because the neighbors are watching or whatever. I don't know.
Relatives come in town.
Yeah, relatives come in.
Nah, we went every Sunday.
Catholic?
Yep. Irish Catholic, yep. My uncle was a Jesuit priest.
What's the difference between Irish Catholic and just Catholic? Nothing, really.
Nothing, just 12 kids.
12 kids and a lot of booze.
Yeah.
You had 7 kids.
Yeah, I have 5 brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my grandmother on my mom's side, devout. I mean, she went every Sunday. Great woman, but she had 7.
Yeah.
There's a show on about a Catholic family that's really good now. It's a half-hour comedy show. I love it. I watched every episode last season.
Did you try those? It's really interesting.
Buying those.
Really,
Did you try
Wait
them?
till we're on air. No, I don't know if I am.
You know what? This is your idea, and you should be trying them.
Yes.
You're gonna like them. It's
knew
fine.
Mark, it's interesting.
I knew the second I said that and she heard me that I was going to
Just get some mustard, dip it in mustard, Mark.
No,
you
just
will like it.
Leave the condiments off. Just try it.
I was gonna say, you gotta try it. You can't drown it in
I would
mustard.
like a little salt on a regular meat.
Yeah.
'Cause
Salt's
this other
not good
stuff-
for you.
This other stuff has very high salt in it.
What are we going to do with Brent now? No, I mean Chris, though.
That's interesting.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. It's Car Day. I love Car Day. You got any questions about buying a car, fixing a car, check engine lights on, you name it. You name it. We even had a question today on titling a car, skipping title on a car. You pretty much, whatever you have. And my favorite stuff, though, is I haven't got fired up in a while. I want to get fired up. I want to hear from someone that truly got ripped off by a bad contractor, an automotive shop. I mean, a real deal. We had one the other day, Kevin, I got so upset about. So upset because basically the consumer was a lying sack. Can you imagine? Someone calling up and lying to us. It's crazy. She said, this place refuses to do this. I bought this vehicle from them. They said I have to bring the car back and they're going to keep my $10,000. When I talked to the shop, or the automotive car dealer, completely different story. He goes, no, never did that. Never told her we're keeping her money. We're going to honor our agreement, period, end of story. There's no big deal here.
But then she said she didn't want to keep the deal.
Then we dug deeper.
Yeah.
We dug deeper, and really what it came down to is she wanted out. She drove the car for 6 months. 6 months, no problems. It wasn't like she bought a bad car whatsoever. I think she figured out she didn't want that car. I think she drove Uber, too.
She did, so she probably put a lot of miles on it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And she wanted a refund on it is what it came down to.
What's the best way? Just drive them and take them back, right?
Yeah. All right, 303-713-8255. Is Chris still up there with that refi question, Suzanne?
Dang it, Mark, she hung up.
Do you know Do you know what her question was?
She said she had never done it before and just wanted to ask about refinancing.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to talk to Brent Ivinson at Ideal Home Loans. Brent, we had the reason we got you on is we had the perfect call for you. So, Suzanne, she never did a refi before?
She's never done a refi before.
But we don't know any of the questions. What I love about Ivinson in Ideal Home Loans is he's going to look at it and say, what's your interest rate now? Do you need cash out? Are you trying to pay it off earlier? Do you need a custom term loan? What's your credit like? Brent, I mean, there's no way to generically answer a question, right?
No, there isn't. Literally, we have hundreds of people every month that call our office, and everybody's scenario is different. And what we see with a lot of people is they think, well, hey, one of those myths out there, the cost will outweigh the benefit. Well, it's typically a handful of months, and you're putting real net dollars back in your pocket. And then the other thing we hear with our custom term mortgage and why we came out with it was, hey, I paid 7 or 8 years off of my current loan. I don't want to add that back onto my new loan. I want to be able to move forward and take that progress with me. So there's a lot of myths out there that keep people from taking advantage of things, but honestly, it makes sense right now with as low as rates are.
Oh, they're crazy.
It makes sense to take advantage. Oh, they're great. It's 3.75% with an APR of 3.892.
Whoa.
It makes sense for most
30?
people.
On a 30?
On a 30.
What's a 15 at? Or a 20? Where are they roughly?
The 20s are a little bit better than the 30s. You're probably picking up another 0.25%, but your 15-year rates, 3.375% today.
Man, I promise you, folks listening, if you have a 30-year mortgage and you're less than 10 years into it and you refi into a 15, you will save $200,000-$300,000 in pure interest. It is amazing why people don't do that. Now, a lot of people don't have that cash flow to make the little larger payment, but you save so much. If by any means you can do it, you've got to call Ideal Home Loans and do that. And then the other thing, Brent, what you were talking about is that custom term. What is so cool about that is exactly what you said. You can do a 10-year, a 12-year, a 15-year, a 17-year, whatever fits your cash flow and as quick as you want to pay the house off, these guys can do it. And if you do need cash out to remodel, it's a great time to do it because interest rates are low. Put that money back into the equity, build the value of that house, and, man, you can save a fortune. Hey, do you guys still refi them for free if rates drop?
Yeah, so we still have the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down by 0.75% or more within 2 years of doing a home loan with us, we will refinance your existing loan with no lender fees so you can take advantage of lower rates. But more importantly,
get a lower monthly mortgage payment.
Yeah, I know. These guys can do whatever you want done. You want to pay it off quicker, they do it. You need cash out, they do it. You want a different term loan than most people offer, they do it. They're a direct lender. They're great people. You know, there's people that advertise everywhere, national companies. I'm telling you right now, use the guys right here in town. Brett Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Suzanne, what was her name? If she calls back, hopefully she heard this. Chris, I hope that answered your question. If you have any more in detail, call us. But that's it. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000. That turned into basically a good commercial for him. All right, 303-713-8255 is our number. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think Haven. Haven, that's an interesting name. Am I pronouncing that properly?
Haven, Haven.
Very cool.
Yes,
What's your question, sir?
It's pretty easy. I live in Colorado Springs. I have a Mini Cooper. There are no dealerships here, even if I wanted to use one. I need a good mechanic for a Mini Cooper.
Oh, Honest Accurate. Suzanne, I'm sure they do.
Yep, I checked with them, Mark. They do work on them, yes. I can give him all the info.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Honest Accurate. They have 2 locations south up in Colorado Springs. I think they have a north and south location or something like that. They're great people. Family-owned shop. They've been around. Honest to God, the only complaint in 2 or 3 years I got on them turned out the customer owed them a ton of money, and they wouldn't do some warranty work because the guy's check bounced. That's the only complaint I ever had about them, and the actual complaint is the customer was a deadbeat. I mean, it's crazy. But here's her phone number. Ready?
Yes, sir.
719-598-6306. Now, I got to ask Kevin something while I still got you, Haven. What's the difference between a Mini Cooper and any other car? I mean, Sheridan Auto Tech works on them.
Well, we do some work, but there is some proprietary stuff because, it is a European, and they just...
Okay, so it's good to have someone that...
There's some things that you have to go to the dealer, BMW typically.
Okay.
For some scanners and different things.
Just some weird codes. But Honest Accurate, man, they are great guys. I mean, great guys. Ask for Jesse down there. He's one of the owners.
Terrific. Thank you, sir.
Have a good day. Thank you for holding. 303-713-8255. We do have a line open. Been ripped off, taken advantage of. Just want to report a scumbag. Give us a call. Mike, what's going on with you, sir? Hey, by the way, Mike, hold on one second. By the way, everybody has now, except me, tasted the Beyond Meat burger.
Chicken.
Yeah, hike up your skirt, Mark.
What are the 2?
Thank you, Kevin.
Dan, get on here. We had Beyond Meat is one. What is the second one called?
Light Life.
And who makes, I've never heard of it. Is that a private label for that?
It was at Sprouts. I didn't, it's not public or anything like Beyond Meat.
So Beyond Meat, Light Life, which is same thing. No, it's fake.
Right.
It's not meat.
That's correct.
And then a real burger.
A real burger, 85%.
85. Ed, you had it? Suzanne, you've tried all 3?
Oh, yeah.
All right, listen.
Yep.
We're going to let everybody know what everybody thinks, and I'm going to try it over the break. I'm a little chicken. But, Mike, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I got a check engine light on a 2000 Toyota 4Runner with 119,000 miles, California emissions. I replaced O2 sensors, went to O'Reilly's and, did the analyzer thing, and the light was still on. I took it to Toyota in Boulder, and they said it was a catalytic converter, and they didn't do the welding, so they sent me to a muffler shop. They did, I said it was 2 catalytic converters on this model, I guess.
So did you get them done?
Yeah.
And the light's still on?
Right over there. Yes. It came on about 2 days later, I think. I took it back to the guy, and he said there was no code, which I don't know. Then I went to Napa, put the analyzer on it, and it said catalytic converter. Now, on the oxygen sensors, I have a Denso and a Bosch, so I don't know if that makes any difference.
You mean 2 different ones? So, yeah. Kevin, a couple questions here. This guy did one thing really wrong when you first started. No offense, Mike, but, you've thrown a lot of money on this. It might not have needed O2s. When they have that O2 sensor code come up, P0 or whatever it is, I don't know.
It really depends on the code. Because there's lean codes, rich codes. There's all kinds of things.
So, but if he's replaced...
Is he getting a CAD efficiency code right now?
Do you know what the code is, Mike?
I took it back to Napa, after he said no code, and I got the PO240, which is the catalytic converter.
Write that down, Kevin. Let's look that up over the break. Hold on a second, okay, Mike?
Sure.
We're going to look that up, and then we'll get some ideas from Kevin. 303-713-8255. Matt, hang tight. We do have a line open, 303-Martino. Help at Troubleshooter.com, 303-713-8255.
Most likely 420, but not a 240.
You know what to me would help a hamburger if there's a little salt on it.
No, I get it, but I was just trying to go plain.
I hear the thing. I don't think we're on.
So both you two.
Are you serious?
What's off now? Addie was negative.
Really?
Yes.
Suzanne, which is you the best?
Do you have a live? Can I talk?
All right, fix it 24/7. George was in the house yesterday. They were offering an unbelievable deal. And you know what? They still are. Check this out. For 39 buckaroos, $39 are going to come out and clean that furnace. You have to do it. You literally have to do it before it gets cold. You know why? Because they get busy and they start actually making money after it gets cold. The reason they offer this tune-up is very simple. They want to introduce the company to you. That's it. And they're going to spend an hour to 2 hours cleaning your furnace. It is the real deal furnace tune-up. Got it? In fact, he calls it a reconditioning. I had one guy call up, Deputy Dan had it done, but I had one guy call up, said they spent 2.5 hours there. But they get to know you. You get to know them, and then hopefully if something breaks, guess what? You call them up. That's when they make some money. They're a great company. Give them a call. Fix it 24/7. Just go to fixmyhome.com. Mention the Martino Show. Mention the $39, but make sure you do it before the weather gets cold. Fixmyhome.com. Okay, man. Ugh.
Mark, it's really not bad.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
it reminds me of those hamburgers in the fucking cafeteria in high school.
Yeah. Come on, Sally, suck it up. You'll be all right.
Oh, my God.
It's not as bad as those steaks you cooked.
I didn't eat those either.
Okay, well, yeah.
Oh, I can't eat it, man.
Well, try
it looks like it's bringing back nightmares from high school. Hated school.
Big Red, that one was.
Yeah, Big Red you can keep that one. Yeah.
Yeah, little wasn't too bad.
Well, okay, so the little one, I got to try at least one.
Try the Beyond Meat.
This one?
Yeah, it's really not bad.
You sure it's Beyond Meat?
Yeah.
I almost did that too. With the
Oh, come on.
I can't do it. I can't, man. I don't even like the smell. I don't like the taste in my mouth.
But you like hamburger, right?
But what
Love
about the
hamburger.
beef?
I'll eat the beef. No.
Did
I
you
wouldn't-
see the?
I
Did you
taste it.
try
I can't stand it.
He just spit it out.
It's disgusting.
It's a baby.
It's disgusting. It tastes weird. It tastes like a
I am
chemical.
done with your harebrained ideas. Anyway, did you see the email on the Ed Topic hater? I sent it to you.
No, what is it?
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about
I
it.
don't even care. Oh, I'll look at it. Is it good?
I thought, Kevin, for fake, it's pretty good.
It's close.
I would
It's
eat
not
it.
bad. Yeah.
His kink.
Big Red I wouldn't eat.
What?
Oh, what a dork. What an ass. What an ass. Turning radio off. What a, you know what, I hope you're listening online, you butthead Anthony. Come on, man. You can tell he's just a fucking jerk.
Oh, seriously.
More consumer issues, less sodomy. What a fucknut.
Okay, I didn't know what she was talking about. Now I do.
Yeah. What a jerk. You don't even
I
give
do
him,
like the beef.
you don't give him any credence, though. You like what?
I do like the beef better.
I mean, is it even close?
It can, in a pinch. That's got no seasoning, anything on it.
That's good beef.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the problem. My brain gets in the way.
Uh-huh.
If someone made me that burger,
No, you put that on a bun, lettuce,
I don't
tomato,
eat
little
buns.
ketchup.
I don't eat any of
But you
that
know what
shit.
I mean. If you put a little ketchup, little salsa, something
if
on
someone made the burger, I usually eat.
Yeah.
Any burger, I usually eat. and didn't tell me, I don't know.
I think I'd know with the Big Red, but that other one, I thought.
Does it taste to you just like a hamburger?
I think it's pretty close.
It's pretty damn close.
It's a little different texture.
No, it's different.
Forget about the texture, but it tastes. I did not like the taste.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't try the other one.
Yeah, don't try the other one.
I did try one. Dan, you're in there stirring.
I'm stirring some shit. No. But you at that point you didn't test anything. So I'll tell you, I think most people are.
Pretty uniform. The
Getting
answers.
a little aftertaste now.
Yeah, there is a little bit. It's not 100%, but it's 85%, I think.
Yeah, and remember, you're paying 3 times as much for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay more for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so. It's
But
not,
what is the benefit supposed to be for the?
You know what it's health-wise. I don't think there is a benefit.
Yeah.
Especially there's a lot of sodium built in.
A ton of sodium, processing, everything.
The thing is, you don't want to kill a cow. I'm serious. That's what it comes down to. Now, I imagine this stuff will get cheaper. You know, as
well, if you don't want to kill a cow, what good's a cow? Okay, I'm just trying to. I mean, that's what they're raised for. Is meat.
All right, 303-713-8255.
Been ripped off, taken advantage. You have found or can find salvation here. We will, and I mean we will, help you. You know, we've recovered over $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, and refunds. We helped a lady out yesterday, and I'm very curious what's going to be made of it. So basically, we lent her. Actually, George Donaldson with Fix It 24/7 gave her $250. We lent her, or are lending her, $270 so she can pay her rent. Did we get that handled, by the way, Suzanne?
I got the check out today.
Who did it go to? We made it directly to the landlord, right?
To the apartment complex, of course.
Do you think we'll get paid back?
I didn't hear that whole story. I was downstairs yesterday working the books.
I think you will.
You think so?
Yep, because
we ran the background check. We even did it on air.
Good there. She just waited to the 11th hour. That's what's really crazy.
Yeah.
Her court date was today.
But you really think?
I do. I really do.
And we talked to the landlord. They're not going to evict her. I guess he's been working at the Amazon distribution center down here for a couple of years. Did she work? I don't remember.
I don't think she worked.
But anyhow, I'll be curious. How many times have we gotten paid back? Now, here's a new question.
We don't generally loan. We just generally give.
Yeah, well, not anymore. How's that?
New sheriff in town.
Seriously, no, there's a new sheriff in town. No, I'm kidding. Listen, I don't mind giving sometimes, but no, you can't. Honestly, people have got to learn to stay on a budget and do it. I don't mind helping them out so they're not getting kicked out and stuff, but there's no reason just to give them money. I don't even think that helps them. How's that? I don't even think that helps them. Now, on a different side, who was that woman we went out to? She was the grandmother, really nice lady.
Mary,
you and I went out there. Her kids screwed up bad. They're in prison. She's raising her granddaughters, which were
teenage granddaughters, Mark,
that were delightful. In that case, yes, we don't lend her money. We bought her clothes. We gave her cash. We gave her gift certificates because you know what? That woman did deserve it. She did. And those parents that ended up in jail should be ashamed of themselves. Here's this woman, literally, she's going to be raising kids her entire life. Not raising them.
They were framed. They were in prison because they were framed.
They were framed.
Yeah.
Sure they were.
They were totally innocent.
Of course, they're always innocent. Everybody in prison, for the most part, is innocent. I mean, really, it is that true. Okay, let me see here. 303-713-8255. Did I leave off? Oh, Kevin, I wanted to ask you something. We had a call before, and I promise, Mike, Matt, Susan, hold tight, on a 2008 Audi. It was brand new, 7,000 miles. It was a dealer loaner.
18.
Oh, 18. It was a dealer loaner. He just wanted to know in general, forget about price and that stuff, is that a good vehicle? What is your opinion of an Audi? And it was an A7, I believe.
As they age, I think they're problematic, but when they're on the newer side, with factory warranties and everything else, you're very safe.
I told them try to sell it around 60, 70 before you're buying cats. And
no, you're starting to hit 80, 100,000 on most Europeans. It's
how much are cats for something like that? I made a guess. I want to see how close I was.
Aftermarket, you could probably do them for about $1,000. The OE are probably about $4,000.
Yeah, I said $2,000-3,000.
Yeah.
And if you do aftermarket, you got to have someone who knows how to weld. I mean, you got to do them right.
You got to put them in there pretty tight.
All right, let's see here. 303-713-8255. Suzanne, are you saying go to Miguel?
Miguel, please.
Miguel, what's up?
Yes. Thank you for taking the call.
Yes, sir.
I've been at a residence for a little bit over 7 years now, renting. Unfortunately, there were circumstances where I fell behind for about a number of 4 months. The rent was paid. It was just late.
Okay. But it was late 4 months in a row, right? Hey, Miguel, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Was it late 4 months in a row or longer?
No, about 4 months in a row was probably the longest it's ever been late.
Okay, got it.
So during those 4 months, I had to have some personal things that had happened where I wasn't able to work, and the compensation that I was supposed to be getting didn't turn out to be what was discussed. Regardless, a year later, now I get an email saying that I need to make those late payments paid up in full.
Are you still in the place?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So it's an apartment. Is it like an apartment house? What is this, man?
It's a house.
Okay, so you're here's what Miguel, I'm trying to figure something out. Are you renting from an individual or a big corporation?
It's a big corporation.
Okay, so they want their late fees. You're still living there, and the late fees are from a year ago, right? Or whenever you were late for a while.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you probably do owe it. How much are we talking about?
Probably about $700 with interest right now is what they gave me a price on.
Well, you're lucky they're still letting you live there, to be honest. I mean, a lot of landlords would have went through eviction at this point and kicked you out. But what is your question? I don't get it.
Well, what I was trying to figure out is that an option for them to do? I mean, evict if I cannot pay those late penalties?
Well, I'm not looking
like
at I'm not an attorney, nor am I not looking at the lease. But my guess, if you will, is it's all going to come down to what the contractual agreement is, what's in the lease. In most leases, yes, they could start the eviction because you owe them money. In most leases in Colorado, I would say if you owe them $700 and you can't pay it, yes. But why don't you will they take payments? Let's get to real life. Yes, they can evict you. But why can't you will they allow you to make payments on it? And are you current now?
Yeah, we're current now. I just don't have the $700 laying around to give them.
Well, have you talked?
Basically living paycheck to paycheck.
I understand. Have you talked to them and said, "Hey, listen, can you take $50 a month?"
Yeah, I mean,
if you talk to them, if you're current now and you're not a problem child, and you're not a problem child, are you? Do they want to get rid of you?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
We've had no problems. Like I said, we've been there 7 years. This is the first time.
Have you talked to
them? Had any kind of?
Have you talked to them about payments?
I've tried to email, but haven't really heard a response. Was thinking about just going in and just speaking on a face-to-face level.
I think see
if that will benefit a little bit better.
Honestly, Miguel, I think that is the best idea. Don't overthink this until you have to. I would go down there in person, find a real person, say, listen, I went through some health issues, whatever it is. I know we fell behind a while back. We're all caught up. The problem is $700. Is there any way I can pay X amount per month towards this, and I'll do the best I can to pay it off quick, and I'll also stay current. We really like this place. Can you help us out?
And ask them if they can work it down a little bit. A lot of places will work with you and cut it in half.
Well, if you have cash, I agree with you, Nick. I bet if he had cash, they'd say, yeah, okay, give us $400 or whatever, but he doesn't. But he's right. I mean, see what you can work out face-to-face, and just make sure you take the lumps. In other words, don't walk in there going, hey, you better not evict us or anything. I mean, be cool. Now, if that doesn't work, maybe we could call over there. I want you to try it first, but if that doesn't work, we would call over there and maybe we could negotiate and help negotiate a monthly fee for you, okay?
Yes.
All right, but do it that way, man, okay? So you go down and do that next week. Do it as soon as you can. Report back to me. I want to hear how it went. You promise?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Got
sounds
my
good.
word.
All right, Miguel, thanks. I look forward to talking to you, and good luck to you and yours.
Here's a little aftertaste on those. You can kind of bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That first one, I was like, I don't know if I get that taste.
It's dead. Dude, it's dead. Come in here.
This ain't good.
What?
No, I'm saying that line is still showing live right now. Okay, then I bet my phone's all broke.
Can you try unplugging it and plugging it back in?
No, I think he should hit it a few more times before he does that.
Kevin, you're kind of an instigator too.
That was crazy. Their phones in there are showing.
I had one of my
okay,
guys.
now it's good. It's good.
I had one of my guys. When you would pick up the phone, sometimes the button would come
Guys,
up, but it wouldn't
either
actually
eat
make
these or
contact.
get rid of them because
You know
they're
what
going
I
to
mean?
drive me insane.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dano, you guys.
But he.
And then we're going to talk about it as soon as we come back.
I actually like these better.
You like the red?
The red
Oh
better.
my
But I like the texture on this better for
That's
fake.
it is texture-wise, yeah.
It's you don't like them?
Not big red.
They're different tastes, but it's not a. It's more of a fake taste, but I don't mind the taste.
No, I don't mind the taste, but I mean, the beef is juicier.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got.
And like I say, you put salt on that.
Yeah.
It's going to be the beef is going to be way the winner there. And like I say, now you put the price in it.
That's pretty good meat, though.
To tell you the truth, I don't care if the cow gets killed.
That's what I was saying. I mean, we don't, we're
That's
not,
what it
we're
is.
not
That's
living
the
in
biggest.
India.
It's social justice.
Definitely not house pets.
And like say, if there's less cows, they say it'd be less
farting and all the other, whatever.
Right.
We've got to get that meat out of here, guys. So eat it. I don't want it smelling in here.
You don't like it very well, do you?
No, who does like it?
I don't.
Nah, don't tell me. Just wait. Hold tight, bro. Do I have
Compared to the beef again, though. I go back and forth.
Do I have a spot?
Good texture.
It's not bad.
What's that?
We're not telling you.
The regular burger?
Right.
There's no way you don't like the regular burger more. I mean, is anybody saying that? I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me.
But remember,
I got to quit asking questions. I don't
regular
want to
burger
answer.
doesn't have salt on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who brought Thousand Island dressing? Suzanne? That's weird. She doesn't do that at home. I'll tell you, the best burgers out there are Sam's Club, and they're pre-seasoned, and they are fucking unbelievable.
Really?
Oh my God, are they good?
I'm a Costco man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if there was one in...
See, I like the Costco grass-fed beef.
Yep.
Have you tried that? That's really good.
If there was one in Castle Rock, that's where we'd go most.
This is grass-fed beef.
Is it?
This is
good.
Sprouts.
I like this.
So they say. How do you know?
Good point.
And what else do they eat?
Well, of course that's
Honest
what
to
they
God,
eat.
What else do they eat
It's
besides
it's
grass?
like farm-raised chicken.
No, corn.
Well, where the hell else are they going to
usually
raise
fatten
chickens
up
if
with
it's
grain.
not,
No, most cows are fattened up with grain at the end of their life.
Yeah.
We like Kobe cows
I like the massage cows.
who don't get to move. How about Kobe veal? Ooh.
Actually, I massage the meat after when I just get it from the store. But that's what Kobe is, massage with beer fed.
They're calling me princess in there.
Why was you going to call me princess?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thought it was just me.
It's a term of affection.
It's a term of affection.
If you're a little girl. I'm just going out. I didn't call you that.
There's a buddy of mine. We used to raise a beef every year.
What do you mean raise a beef?
A cow.
Oh, you
just
split it?
Just in the pasture.
Just pasture it, and then we'd fatten it with corn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a...
But we would cook the corn.
Oh.
It's more time consuming, but it digests easier.
Ah. So
just crock pots full of dried
Japan,
corn.
and they're it's called Kobe Wagyu.
Wagyu is North American Kobe.
Okay, so they're
Wagyu's expensive as fuck.
But it's
right.
Yeah.
$50 a pound there. But
$50 at Costco a pound.
Yeah. So there they feed a beer and then do the massage. The massage, I think, is less. I don't think they massage it every day.
It's just stress relations.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
The Brown Palace had they probably still do, it was a $50 Kobe hamburger, like quarter-pound hamburger.
$50?
$50. And this was 10 years ago, so it was probably $5,000 now.
I forgot where it was in Vegas. Had like a Kobe platter, like a tasting platter. It's like $200.
Oh, really?
200.
Maybe it was one of the Mortons or one of those.
Probably tiny little.
No, was it hamburger or was it
tasting Kobe? I don't know.
No, was it like a steak?
I imagine it was different cuts of meat.
Okay.
Yeah, because different preparations.
If you look at the marble.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
It's gold marble. This is better though than dollar steak though, isn't it?
I missed that one.
You missed it?
No, I wasn't here. That was Al and yeah. But I still remember him talking about the smell.
That really had an aftertaste.
Yeah.
Really had an aftertaste.
I can't believe you tried it.
Well, I've had one at home of those before. My dog, I gave the rest of them to the dog.
Yeah.
Who loved it. But they weren't really that cheap.
No.
But really, it's again, aftertaste is a.
Wait till you hear this conversation I have with Lazara.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know about it or not.
Probably not.
It's Douglas County, what happened. It's going to be good. A little slow in there, Ed. I mean, I'm not saying you're slow, but you're a little slow in there. That music just wasn't on key. You know, I wonder if I could do the show and do the board and answer the calls. I don't think it would be an issue, honestly. I feel as if I'm doing it already.
And cook the burgers?
And cook the burgers. I could do that on break. Hey, speaking of the burgers, so here's what
we did. We tried, we cooked 2 different kinds of fake hamburger. What were they called? One was Beyond Meat.
One was Beyond Meat. The other one was Light Life.
Light Life.
Yeah.
Everybody has taste tested them at this point. I personally do not like the fake burgers. I don't like them.
Everybody minus Mark has taste tested them.
I tried the one. I tried the Beyond Meat.
Spit it out.
I could not eat the red one. The red one looked too disgusting. I couldn't eat it. I'm sorry. I simply couldn't eat it. I did put the Beyond... I put the Beyond Meat in my mouth. My God, I never thought I'd say that in my life, but I did. I tried some fake burger, and it sucked. I did not like it. Now, granted, Suzanne's right. You know, I'm just going to...
Chicken.
Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, I did not swallow the Beyond Meat. I couldn't. I had to spit it out. I'm being honest. And as I'm saying this stuff, I'm wishing I'm not even saying it.
Hey, Mark, would you rather Beyond Meat or Spam?
Oh, my God.
Would you rather?
Death. I'd rather be thrown off a cliff than eat Spam. Spam is the most disgusting thing ever made in the entire world, Kevin.
That's perfect.
I'd rather eat like roadkill. I think
Beyond
I'd rather
Meat? You'd
eat
rather
a
eat
squirrel.
Beyond Meat?
No, because it's not meat. At least roadkill's meat.
Spam's meat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Fried Spam sandwiches are great.
I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. It's disgusting.
And tomatoes.
Oh my God! When we were in Hawaii, they eat that stuff like
I was going to say that.
everywhere.
It's disgusting.
And that's from World War II because they really got a taste of it during World War II.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Spam is disgusting.
I like the gel.
It should be outlawed.
What about the gel on there? That's really good.
Oh,
You save it up.
When I was in the grocery business and I was a teenager, we had to stock pig's feet in a jar in Oklahoma. Literally, they'd be pig's feet in a jar. And, man, I had trouble just even looking at them. Let's get back to this. So, Kevin, Beyond Meat, yay or nay?
It was okay.
Yeah?
Not great.
Does it taste like a burger?
The texture is kind of like a burger. It does have a little aftertaste, though.
Compared to a regular hamburger?
Not close. For me.
Not even close. How about the other one? What was it called, Dan?
Light
Life, yeah.
It was less desirable than the...
But you'd eat it in a pinch, is what you're saying.
No, if you could load it up with ketchup and stuff.
Now, here's the question. Would you ever spend 3 times more than what normal hamburger has to buy this crap?
No.
Dan, what did you think?
of course, the regular burger was the best, and that was without salt. This stuff does have a lot of salt in. But I actually like the taste of the other one, the Light Life. But the texture on Beyond Meat is very close to
How does it taste,
so? It's okay. I mean, I didn't mind
so
it.
It's not that good, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. It's not delicious like some people say. Now, next week, we're going to try the brats. So that'll be different.
Okay, Nick?
I'll stick with hamburger, but
you barely look. He's like me. He didn't taste it.
I tasted it.
Yeah, you didn't like it either.
Swallowed, so.
Just the fact of trying it is gross. Ed, straight up, what do you think?
Is the Big Red the light colored one?
Big Red is the what?
Yes, that was my least favorite one.
Was it gross, or you could?
It had a weird taste to it.
Okay, how about the Beyond Meat one?
The Beyond Meat one was pretty good, and it was close to hamburger, and I didn't actually like the true hamburger because it was lacking salt.
Ah, you guys are salty.
I need salt.
You're salty. That's a double meaning. Get it? You're salty.
I got it. I'm salty.
Like an old salty sailor, you're salty. See, I hate when I got to explain stuff. Susanna, she's on the phone. We'll go to her in a minute. Mike, what did you think, Mike, hold tight. What did you think of the Beyond Meat burger?
I liked it. I didn't think it was bad at all. I'll buy them if they're not too pricey.
They're way too pricey. I forbid it.
Oh, well, I'll buy them anyway.
It's
but I like the light red better than the big
guys,
red.
How do I mute her? How can I mute her from in there? Only you can mute her.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I know I can't mute her at home. So, no. There'll be none of that. I forbid it. Mike, what's going on, sir? You were calling about a 2004 runner, right?
Yes.
What's going on with it?
Yeah, the check engine.
Oh, that was the one with the whole deal. So what do you think, Kevin?
Well, the PO420, he said 240, but the PO420 is a catalytic converter code.
But if they just replace those and they did the O2.
They may not have needed it from the start. I don't know if they did a full diagnosis on it.
Oh.
Because the oxygen sensors will read before and after the cat, and that's how you tell if the cat's working or not. But you can have a defective oxygen sensor just because it's new doesn't mean it's working.
That's true. How about
you need to verify things.
He did ask if he had two different kinds. I think
the brands don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You can mix them up, but you still need to verify they're working.
How much do you generally charge for a diag like that? Because that takes time.
You could, between $60 and $120 to diagnose it, but you would save the cost of the cat if you didn't need it.
So, but here's the problem, Mike. You really should bring it down to Kevin or bring it to one of the guys on the referral list, but you put money in the O2s, whatever that was, then you spend all the money on the cats, and you still have literally the same problem. It's time to bring it to a shop, man.
Yeah, just give me an address or...
Where are you located?
I'm in Eldora.
I don't even know where the hell that is.
Holder.
Netherlands.
God, that just sounds far away. Who's out there? Who do we have out there?
Tom Maggio.
Who was supposed to be in today from
Tom.
Hands on Auto Tech. You've got the info in front of you, Mark.
Oh, listen, here, I got it right here, man. He's actually not too far from you. You ready? Tom, it's Hands on Auto Tech, and it's in Longmont. The phone number is 720-340-4024. 720-340-4024. Yeah, he was supposed to be here today. It's too bad he's not.
Yeah, he's at 1566 Vista View Drive in Longmont.
Yeah, so go down there, man. Let us know what he finds out, too, because I'm curious. This happens a lot, Kevin. People go, especially to these parts stores, and they pull a code, and they start throwing expensive parts at it, and it's not fixed.
We see it all the time, especially with the 420s. It says cat, and everybody throws their hands up, and they just throw cats at it. Yeah.
Okay.
What was that address again?
Go ahead. Actually, hurry up, Dan. 1566 Vista View Drive. 1566 Vista View Drive, Longmont. It's called Hands on Auto Tech. You can Google it too, man. All right, Mike?
Thanks for taking my call.
You got it, man. Get to the bottom of that. Quit throwing bad money at it. Susan, what's going on with you?
I actually have two sort of related questions.
Sure.
The first has to do with the power steering pump. Mine has needed replacement, or did. It's now been done. For months, and I kept thinking I was going to get rid of the car. But anyway, I finally got that fixed, I think. But here's my question. Back before it was giving me trouble, it was quiet. And then it started leaking.
Got loud and groaning, probably?
Yes, and then it got exceedingly loud, and I took it in and got a replacement.
Okay, hold on. Susan, I'm going to put you on hold. I promise I'll bring you back up first, but I got to take a break, all right?
Okay.
All right, hang tight. She sounds so bummed out. She's been holding forever. She's like, oh, God, not again. He's going to put me on hold and forget to pick me back up. You like how my Susan voice was a deep man's voice? I don't know why I did that. Anybody, everybody, hold tight.
So her other question is how does she get the oil off the concrete? Because it was leaking oil before.
Really?
That's one. It's going to be the power steering, but then how
Okay,
does
that's
she
fine.
get the oil off the concrete?
That's easy.
You got a good. What do you guys do?
A little bit of gasoline first, and then actually
burn it?
powder Tide. No, you don't burn it.
Oh, I've done that. Put gas on it.
No,
and
just
burn it.
dissolve the oil, cut the oil.
Okay.
You can use a degreaser. Royal Purple works pretty good.
Another thing, and just a degreaser. And then some sawdust on it? Or
No, soap.
soap.
Yeah, just powdered Tide is
Really?
probably the best concrete
And
cleaner.
then you just squirt it down?
Wet it, scrub it, let it sit on there, scrub it
Really?
again.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on the concrete. Some of the concrete's real porous and it gets in there and you never get it out.
Yeah. So you're probably never going to get it completely out.
You know, like shops, the floors are treated.
Right.
You know.
And
So
then a lot of in her garage, but if it's on like a regular, she hasn't been sealing it. You're right.
Hold on, guys. Long. All right, khwindows.com. You know, Ted owns this place. I've actually known Ted. I sold him computers probably over 25 years ago. That's how long K&H has been around. He's a great guy. They have great deals on siding and windows. Right now, you can get a free color upgrade. You know, generally you can't paint this vinyl stuff, so they do it a special way, and it is a huge savings no matter how you look at it if you need certain colors. Their siding, listen to this stuff. It's durable, it's energy efficient, and it's got waterproof, color fast, impregnated color. It's unbelievable. Everlast siding. And they do windows, siding, doors, and much, much more. K&H is a great company. Some of their lifetime stuff has actually, I think Tom bought windows from them. 15, 20 years later, he had a problem with the windows. K&H, of course, was right out there with their great warranty and took care of it at no charge. And that same kind of service goes to everybody they deal with. You got to go to K&H. They'll always give you free estimates. Check them out, khwindows.com, khwindows.com.
In fact, like say just your guys' stuff, I'll give that to my dog. I'll get a baggie.
What's that, baby?
Can I take that other package and make them at home? The one package you didn't.
Oh, we didn't
Kevin
do it?
gave me
Another package?
permission.
It wasn't enough
I got
for
Okay, gotcha.
You
yes.
do?
Well,
yes,
actually,
they're
now
yours,
they're
yeah.
printed.
But
I already
Tom-
pulled them up, but
Okay.
you know how.
Just
But
under
you are
I
3
dare
years
you
away.
to
I was going to take the leftover
What?
that's
sneak
there
'em.
and throw it to give to my dog.
I cannot believe you.
He wouldn't know.
You did a solid
Did you just
job.
throw yours away?
Kevin needs to come over and grill for us, Mark. He did a solid grilling
Yes,
job.
he did. He did do.
That was hard to do on that
Well,
little,
for a
little
George
thing on
Foreman.
the sidewalk, yeah.
What do you think of those grills?
You know, they are what they are.
Yeah.
If you want, you know.
Something quick, cheap.
Yeah.
They had one there.
It is still down on the
Hey, is
patio,
it
by the
clean?
way.
Make sure you clean it because I'm going to put it back in the box and return it.
No, the box melted. Sorry.
You're supposed to take it out of the box.
What?
You want to buy it?
It said close the lid, so I thought that meant the lid on the box.
You know, the generic one was more than the George Foreman. That blew me
Really?
away. Yeah.
Wow.
Although the generic one said it heats up like in a minute or something weird.
But it was probably heating up for like 15. It seemed to grill pretty good.
It wasn't bad once it got going, yeah.
It's like anything. You got to get used to. If
Yeah.
you want a medium,
And
you
then
gotta get used
around
to
the
it.
edges is colder, so you got to kind of spin the meat and move it back and do
Oh,
you know
really?
things like that. Yeah.
Boy, you would think I'm a little bad. One of the big things you want even.
Well, no, 'cause you
heat
see the
throughout.
hamburger sticking at the edge are red, and then the
Oh.
other side's cooked, so I had to kind
Is
of
that
rotate
cool?
them in a circle,
So you got everything on in one.
except the two.
Beyond Meat.
Yeah,
ones
and I
stuff.
put all the Beyond Meat on one side and the beef on the other, so we didn't have contamination. You know.
I would say that there is an aftertaste, but it's not a really bad.
No, but I don't know why they're making such a big deal about it. Because like black bean burgers and things have been around for how long?
This tastes more like the black bean burger.
Sure.
And the texture and stuff.
But you know, like Costco sells those frozen. Because I got
Yes,
friends that
yes.
are vegetarians, and they come over, we'll cook those up, and they're not terrible.
They're not terrible. They're dry.
They are. But I mean, if you play with them a little bit, you can get, you know.
And,
These there was nothing coming off these.
Really?
The beef is the whole tray is full of beef fat, and there was nothing coming out of these.
Either one.
Either one. They just sat there and just turned darker brown. There was no juice. There was no.
That one looked gray.
But that's what I was wondering. I was cooking these things like, how do I know when they're done?
That's a good point right there. How do you know when they're
Well,
done?
I just figured the beef.
Oh man,
when
that's
it was
true. They don't even change colors, do they?
Not really. So I knew the beef was getting close to almost overdone.
Look at these
So
two. I swear to God, they're like children.
Should we listen to them?
They make me and Dan look mature. They're in there doing the shoe joke. They probably get it wrong.
That's what we should tell Tom. So, hey, you think we're immature? Look at those two in there.
That's funny.
No, but like I say, it's really social justice.
Sure,
really what
and that's fine. But to me, the stuff's been out there already. So why are they making such a big deal about it?
Yeah, well, it's Beyond Meat just went public, you know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, there's been veggie burgers out there forever, so they don't process them to the point of looking.
How
like
much are the old-fashioned veggie burgers like you're talking about?
They're
not 3 times their price.
No.
But I thought these were better than the veggie burgers I've tried.
You know,
but the veggie burgers that I've tried are black bean with like a Mexican spice.
Yes.
I mean, they're not trying to be hamburgers.
They were smart getting into bed with like Taco Bell and Burger King.
Yeah.
Because by the
McDonald's
time
is coming out now.
By the time you throw the salsa or whatever they come with, you can't taste it anyhow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you go out and buy them though. You know what? First is going to be sticker shock. If you like that burger at Burger King, you go out and buy it, you're like, holy shit, these things are costing a ton of money.
Yeah, but you're not eating it like we ate it. You're eating it on a bun with lettuce, tomato, onion,
yeah, but you can't
ketchup.
really taste it that
right.
Yeah.
And that's why we did
the
like
burger.
this.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You can't get away with it on a bun like that.
Usually here's what I like. Lots of fucking cheese. Love cheese.
Yeah, of course.
The burger, mustard, jalapenos, and onions.
Sure.
Love jalapenos. All right, 303-713.
382-55. Yep, that's it. 303-713-TALK. Hey, you know what's cool? And I say this and I try to say it all the time. 303 Martino works on and off the air. Help at Troubleshooter.com, of course, works on and off the air. We'll actually call you back either way. We'll get you lined up during the show to have you on and help you out with whatever problem you got going. Really quick. Really quick. Frank Duran, the real estate man, has done business for me now multiple times. Multiple times. He sold a house. I bought a house through him. He negotiated the price of our current house down so much it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. This guy literally goes to school to learn how to negotiate better every single month, every single year. He is a negotiating expert. He comes off as the nicest guy in the world, but God help you when he goes behind that door. He's like those, when it comes to working for you and negotiating, he's like those guys, what do you call them, the sales managers at a car place. You know, they disappear into the back, let me go check with my manager, and they come back and they beat you over the head. That's the closer. He's a closer. Frank Duran, the real estate man, he'll get your house staged. He'll sell it. I can't talk about this guy enough. I think you can hear it in my voice. He's the best. 303-920-1622. 303-920-1622. Okay. We do have one line open, 303-713-8255. Kenny, what is going on with you? Oh, wait, I promised Susan. Hold on, Kenny. Susan, I almost didn't come back to you, but I did. What's going on? So, what's happening?
Well, I already said I want to ask about a power steering thing. I don't think it's related, but at the same time they changed the power steering, they also put in a new serpentine belt. But I don't think that. I'm just saying it in case.
Yeah, so it was quiet forever. It started going out. It was making noise. You had it replaced. That's kind of where we left off. So now after it's been replaced, is it starting to make noise again? What's going on?
Well, actually, when I went out and started it, when I picked it up, I could hear this low noise. And I went back in, and the man in the place, he said, yeah, I heard that when I did it too, but it will go away. Well, it hasn't. It's not loud. I wouldn't even notice it if it weren't that I knew that once upon a time it was quiet.
Kevin, what's interesting is you're over shaking your head like you know what it is. What's up?
Well, it's not uncommon to have a noise like he told her, you know, when they first put him in there, there's a little break-in. So I always tell customers, after 500 miles or so, if there's still a noise, we'll replace it again. It's a rebuilt part. Right. Could have been, you know, something just not 100%.
Are they all rebuilt for the most part?
Yeah. And they're problematic.
Where did you have it done, Susan?
A place in Boulder called Auto Place, and I was happy with the work. I'm not unhappy. I'm just not sure that I have a problem.
Well, you might have got, I mean, honestly, if it's, I don't know, it's hard to say because you're just saying it's loud. But like Kevin said, if it's louder than it used to be, how many miles have you put on it? The new one.
Picked it up, or altogether it's 170,000.
No. Since you picked it up after the replacement.
Okay, that was about a week and a half ago, and I don't drive much. I might have put on 100 miles since then.
Say it again, then.
Yeah, keep going. You need about 500 miles is a normal break-in for a power steering pump.
Okay, it also has a small, well, it's a vibration that I notice, but it's not bad. Would that in any way be related to that work?
A vibration when you're turning the wheel, or just
like in the steering wheel and the tires? Where's the vibration? The whole car?
Yeah, the whole car.
At any certain speeds?
No, I've driven it up to about 60 and down at low speeds, and it's just the only thing is I wondered, could that be caused by anything they did? Because if I'm going to do anything about it, I figure I got to do it soon.
She mentioned that serpentine belt, but I mean, Kevin, what do you think? What would cause that? Anything?
It's hard to tell. Vibration is too generic a term to try to even guess.
I just have someone test drive it.
Yeah,
How do you like that? Man, you've had that vehicle a long time. 94, did you buy it new or did you buy it used? What, Susan?
I bought it about 2000, so I've had it now for about 19 years.
Sounds like a really good car if you had it that long. Are those pretty solid?
Yeah, they're nice big cars.
Oh, it's a Park Avenue.
Buick Park Avenue, yeah.
It's a big sucker.
And I got it with under 50,000 miles when I bought it. So anyway, I don't drive an awful lot.
Well, Susan, what I would do is give it another 400 miles, like Kevin said, and then if it is bothering you, they should just warranty it out. They are all rebuilt or remanufactured parts, and sometimes you can get a bum one or a noisy one. They should replace it for you if they're a good shop.
Okay.
And you got a second question, Susan, right?
I did. Thank you.
What is it?
Okay. During the months that my power steering was leaking all over the place, it made a real mess in front of my house on the road.
Ooh.
What can I do to clean that up?
What do you, now that it's, how long ago has it been on there?
Quite a while, because it was leaking.
Is it still wet out there?
Well, it's not like liquid, but if you look at it, it's shiny like oil.
I'm trying to think of that Zep stuff I used to throw
there's
down.
Zep floor cleaners. Is it concrete or blacktop where you're parked?
It's blacktop.
Yeah, you don't want to use any kind of chemical. So, yeah, just even a powdered laundry detergent will cut the grease. You may have to do it 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's a good idea. So just throw some Tide down on it.
Yeah, wet it. Scrub it into a paste.
Wet it and forget it.
And then scrub it a few different times, and it
what
may
about
take 2
cat
or 3.
litter?
Cat litter is generally like if you spill a lot of oil on concrete right away, you can put that down. Yeah, that works great, but I don't know about on asphalt, honestly. I'm used to concrete back in the day.
Yeah, back in the gas
We had that orange Zep stuff. We would just dump it down, and you basically just pick it right up. All right, I hope that helps you out, Susan. Get some, what did you say, Tide, whatever it is.
Yeah, just laundry soap.
Something she has at home, and then scrub it a little, it'll be gone. 303-713-8255. We got 2 more hours coming up. Everybody hang tight. Kenny Scott and Suzanne's got a funny comment from a listener. Not quite sure what that's about, but I'm sure I'm the brunt of it. 303-713-TALK. I'm Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
How is it that apps...
I guarantee you're part of it.
I have not.
Okay, this is the top of the hour. I'm going to run down there and try to clean it up real quick.
Listen, I don't want any grease in it.
You'll have grease in it.
Yeah, no, you got. There's only about 6 ounces of grease.
Find a runaway cat, have him clean it, have Nick do it.
No, those little Foremans are pretty good little. You know what I like using them on is like boneless chicken breast.
What?
The Foreman grill.
Oh, yeah.
Because you try to cook that on a regular grill, and
it's just way quicker.
Well, it's just keeps
the best
keeps
grill.
the juice in it.
I've had the same type of grill. It's called an infrared by I forget who makes it. It's one of the big ones. I buy them at Home Depot generally. But infrared's it's a regular grill, gas, and then it's got this grate over it that has these triangles, and the triangles have holes in it, and it never flares up. Never, ever, ever flares up.
Really?
And that's why it rocks.
Okay. Yeah, because that's annoying with propane grills if you get like a ribeye or something.
Oh,
going
you
on
can
there.
kill chicken in I've had it where my chicken's perfect. I close it, run in to grab a beer or whatever, look at the score on the game, you come back out, man, your chicken's burned. You're like, son of a bitch. Scott in Florida. I wonder what the claim question was. Man, I had Matt out yesterday. I am telling you, he found damage I would have never fucking thought to look at, and I talk to consumers every day about this shit. I couldn't believe it, man. He was showing me hail hits that my garage
Obvious
door,
once he pointed them to you?
Yeah, think of this, man. Your garage door at home, you have an opener and you park in the garage, I assume.
Yeah, I don't look at my garage door.
But you see that garage door every fucking day before it opens and you're driving in. Everybody does. That thing had so many hits on it, but you have to look at it in a certain light. If you're looking at it, you don't see it. I would have never thought to even look at it, and I guarantee I can't wait till my adjuster comes out, because I know he's not going to show that stuff. And I'm going to say, well, how about all this? Actually, Matt's going to do all that. Yeah. But I'm going to be there
so
because...
So Matt's adjuster?
He's a public adjuster.
Public adjuster, yeah.
Yeah, so he found my barn. The barn got nailed. The roof is nailed. All the gutters, downspouts. Even, it's not gutter helmet, but it's a helmet on the gutter. Yeah. Fucking all hit. So all the toppings to the gutter, the roof, the garage doors, along a lot of my windows have... The siding is strong as shit. I got that shit K&H has on there. Fuck, there's some little paint missing, but the siding is bulletproof. But where all our we've got windows bigger than these windows. Where the big windows are is like wood around them on the outside. They're all beat to shit.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I bet you I got $70,000 to $100,000 claim. You know, and I bet you anything if my insurance adjuster came out, they would just write up the roof and the roof only. I'm positive of it.
Well, but I mean, you didn't see it, so he's not going to look for it.
No, of course not.
I mean, he'll look at it, and he'll kind of just do the once around, and yeah. Now, me and my neighbor, we got a shit match going with our... his insurance ended up covering my building because they're connected.
So what happened? He started a fire?
Is this from the hail 2 years ago, March next door?
Yeah.
So I was just paying him a portion of his premium.
I got you.
So
but his covered it.
It was an adjoined. As far as the county's concerned, it's one building.
Got it.
So the insurance could not cover part of a building.
So you got a free roof, basically.
Well, I was paying him for his portion.
Yeah, but you didn't have to put a claim in.
Exactly. So, but now he is in this major lawsuit with the contractor.
Why?
Because the contractors overbilled him on stuff, didn't finish things.
Oh, so
and the contractor actually sued him for it was like 1.2.
I gotcha.
Would you like to talk? Pardon me. Would you like to talk to Lazara sooner or later?
Whenever. Is that him on now?
Well, I'm just suggesting before 1:30. He says that works.
Yeah, whatever. I want him during. We're gonna do it during content.
Okay. Yeah. And then what's your question for him?
Tell him it's regarding Douglas County and not their lack of certification. He'll know what that means. Douglas County lack of certification.
But the contractor sued my neighbor for the balance of the contract that he was withholding because they hadn't finished. And he's just like, seriously?
Yeah. Okay. And it's a shitty job. We have one like that right now. I sent an expert out to Rock, and Rock found out that they did the worst job ever of cleaning this place up. It had big water damage. They broke the fire department when they came in on the fire, had to break some walls, and it let asbestos out, so they had asbestos, water, fire damage.
Ooh,
these guys charge about $100,000. They're $40,000 into it. They basically say they're done. They didn't do anything right. They didn't do it by the book according to the law with asbestos and stuff. And
that's a big bozo no.
So these guys say no. We're not going to give you the other $60,000. They get $100 from the insurance company. They've given these guys $42, and that stuff's not even done right. So, but the company went out and sued them. So she called in a couple days ago, and they're suing her for $100,000 now. They already have the 40, but we sent our expert Rock over there, and
Pardon
he's going
me.
to get
He's
involved.
verifying you're talking about the roadsides, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's just it. We had an adjuster on our side to start this whole thing. And he's been fighting with the contractor the whole time. So
you gotta be so careful who you hire. I mean, people they just don't get it, man.
I had nothing to, I was out of that loop.
Yeah, it's his deal.
So it's his deal, and but.
Is it one of those flat roofs that is kind of like looks like it?
His has a pitch. Mine has his has a one slope, but it's multi-level on his building.
But is it just regular shingles? What is it?
Well,
what's it look like?
It's decking with you know, ours is a metal building on ours, so it's got decking under it with a coating and then a. But he overcharged. He didn't replace the decking that he said he replaced.
But he billed the company insurance.
He billed the insurance for it.
That happens more. Most people never know though.
Yeah.
Most people, most homeowners, they'll bill the insurance company for everything that's truly needed, or else the insurance company won't pay for it.
Yep.
So they'll come out, they'll look at it, they'll agree, yes, we'll do the sheathing, we'll do the decking, we'll do this, we'll do whatever it is. Or sometimes what happens is they have a shingle like a class 4, and they'll only put a class 3 on there. Homeowners never know, and the roofer made out like a bandit.
Yep. Wow. Well, the whole thing started this last summer. You know, we had a couple real heavy downpours every once in a while, and he's got a video of a waterfall coming through his ceiling in the showroom of the dealership. So he got somebody up there looking around, and they didn't replace half the decking.
What happened with that one I sent you down? Did you look at it?
Which you sent me one?
No, Nick.
The total, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you look at it?
Deal with them. Yeah.
Hold on. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind.
We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Go after the bad guys. We haven't had a real bad guy today yet. We've had a lot of money that we have helped people on. We've given a lot of advice. I'm looking for that bad guy, though. You had a contractor ripped you off. You know, Joe, what was the Lopez's first name? Joe Lopez, what was his name? The one I tracked down. I tracked this guy literally down to a court date in Douglas County, a criminal one. We sued him in Denver. A listener sued him in Denver. He didn't show up to court. She got a default judgment, and he refused and did not fill out interrogatories in time. So he had a bench warrant out for him. I found out he was in Douglas County on a criminal matter, so he had to be to court. It wasn't that. So I went down there, and I call up, and I see him right there. What was his name?
Jay Lopez.
Jay Lopez. I said, hey, Jay, Mark Major with the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. You know you have a bench warrant out for you, and I'm going to have you picked up right now. So I call up Denver because they have to basically extradite him from Douglas County down to Denver County. And you know what they said? They said, nah, we're not going to come down. It's not worth our time. And I said, okay, then you know what? I'm going to talk about it every single day that you're letting this guy that ripped off this old woman, just go free. And Denver could care less and doesn't want to come down. Well, I got their attention right after court. They held him there in Douglas. He appeared in front of the judge, did whatever he had to do there. Denver came down, put him in cuffs, and he sat in jail for about 2 weeks till the judge let him out. Sweet. And, we do get directly involved, is my point.
Sure.
So if someone has wronged you, as they say, we like getting involved. 303-713-8255, 303-Martino, and that's about it. Let's go to Scott. What's going on, Scott?
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
A cold one soon.
Now, you know what?
I'm trying to get a sense. Yeah, what? Sorry.
I was just asking about Florida right now. Didn't you guys just have a hurricane come through there?
Yeah, we got lucky this time, man. I live in Jacksonville Beach, and it stayed offshore. I boarded up my house for nothing, but better safe than sorry, man. There'll be another one.
It's nonstop. My parents are down there. They're kind of, they're generally not in any harm's way, but, man, it's crazy. I don't think I could live down there. I think that's just too much having to rebuild.
I know. It's nerve-wracking watching Weather Channel and seeing these systems over near Africa, and it's like, well, is it coming my way? Like, what do I do?
What's going on? What's your question, Scott?
Listen, I'm trying to get a sense as to what this lady's insurance company is going to offer me. I got rear-ended by a young girl. My car is a 2011 Subaru Outback. It's got 260,000 on it.
God.
It's already, things kill her. I mean, it's already got dents on it. It's not worth nothing. Are they going to offer me money? Like, I don't want to get it repaired.
Well, how much damage do you think? How much damage do you think's done?
Not a whole lot.
I mean, like $1,000?
Probably.
And then what is the value of it? I mean, what do you think? Is it worth $2,000?
Probably $1,200.
Well, then no, they're going to total it and give you $1,200. They'll give you the option to buy it back most of the time. So let's say they say, okay, well, you can buy it back for $600. So instead of getting $1,200, you get the car and you get $600.
So they'll cut me a check and then take the car and then I have to buy it back?
No, generally it's done in one swoop. So in other words, they'll do a buyback. and give you the check at the same time. I mean, basically, you'll end up keeping the car and buying it back from them if they total it. It's not. It's all done in one move.
And that's all negotiable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just talk to them.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to make sure it makes sense to do. So, for example, really you do. If you don't care what the car looks like, then it doesn't matter as much. But if you're looking at the value standpoint of it, if it's worth $1,200 and they'll let you keep it and give you $200, I don't know if I do it. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a decision you make.
All right. Yeah, I just have never been through this before with an older car.
But they will give you the option. I've never seen where they don't give you the option to buy it back.
No.
What insurance company is it?
Yeah, what company is it?
It's Southern. It's called Southern Owners Insurance. But then when you go on their website, it's AOIS Auto.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're just going to give.
We used to have Auto Owners, Mark.
Yeah, Auto Owners, big company.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, man. I mean, that's it.
Hold of the guy.
It's just going to come down to negotiating. I mean, the one thing is you can negotiate, and since he hit you, if you don't like any offer they have, I mean, you can take him to small claims court, whoever hit you, him or her.
Right.
So it's really up to you. You don't have to take what they offer. But if they're offering you something fair, you're crazy not to. It's only worth what it's worth. People get hung up all the time. Here's the worst one, Scott, when someone owes $6,000 on a car because they got raped when they bought it, and someone hits them and totals it, and they only get $4,000 because literally it's only worth $4,000, and they're $2,000 upside down they got to come up with in order to pay off a vehicle that's no longer there.
Right.
So a vehicle.
I just want to get the money.
Well, then get the money. Whatever they
tell them that. Don't hide your feelings. Tell them. Give me $1,000, I'll go away.
Yeah, whatever it's worth. I just look up on KB. Go to KBB.com. Look up what the value of it is and see what it is.
Sure.
Makes sense, bro?
All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, Scott, how do you listen to us? I'm just curious. In Florida.
Oh, I used to live out there. That's how I know you guys. And now I just listen on the app, Tom Martino app.
It's cool.
Troubleshooter app. I'm usually a day or two behind.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Later, Gator. 303-713-8255. I have a couple open lines. 303 Martino. Suzanne, what was the funny comment from the listener? Why do I even do this?
It was funny. It wasn't about you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Just the lady called to talk about the faux burgers, and she said, I don't want to come on the air, but at least you don't die eating faux burgers.
What do you mean, die eating faux burgers?
Oh, with the meat and E. coli and all that BS.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say she's, like a vegan and can't stand.
Oh, she might have been.
I love veal. I mean, you take a cow and you keep it young, and you keep it so
Mark,
it doesn't move.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. Veal.
Those cows are cute in our neighborhood.
Maggiano's has the best veal for a place like Maggiano's. It's a great Italian restaurant. And their veal there is absolutely wonderful for the price. I mean, it is. For the price. You can go to other Italian restaurants, expensive ones, a nice bistro or something, and you can spend a lot more. But I'm telling you, Maggiano's veal is just straight up delicious. Do you guys like veal? Go ahead, chickens. Do you like veal?
I do.
I love veal.
It's good.
How about people? I don't like veal. It's a little baby cow. Well, that's what makes it so good. Well, they treat those cows horribly. They just stand them up and they never move. Well, once again, that's what makes it good. That's what makes veal, baby. Gotta love the veal.
It is pretty gruesome how they raise them, though.
Why? You really think a cow knows anything? I'm convinced a cow knows nothing. Nothing. It doesn't have feelings like we do. It doesn't know it's raised any particular way. I don't even think they feel pain. At least I like to think
you
that.
You want more emails, don't you?
Yeah. Mike, what's going on with you, sir? Mike.
Hello.
Suzanne's got a shirt.
How you doing, Mark?
Mike, hold on one second. Suzanne's got a shirt that she wears a lot. It says, what does it say? Tasty, tasty meat. What does that say? It says, God, I can't think of it. What's that shirt you wear to the burger battle?
Oh, what is it? It says, my meat shirt?
Yeah, what does it say? It's
meat
funny.
is tasty, tasty, tasty murder.
Tasty, tasty murder. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Mark, this is Mike from the Price is Right guy. I just want to give kudos to Budget A1 Transmission. He did my daughter's car, and they did a great job. Scott kept her informed while she was in Florida.
What ended up happening?
You know, I had a 2014 Ford Escape with 75,000 miles, and apparently the tranny, it was burning, and it just wasn't working right. So they took it in, and they had to upgrade their software to get it right, but they got it going, and it looks good.
You know what I love about Budget A1? I don't know how he does this, but they do not charge for teardown. I have no idea how Mark and the guys do it. So in other words, if you have a problem with your transmission and you bring it to almost anybody in the world, a dealership anywhere, they charge you $500-$600 to tear it down. These guys don't charge a dime to tear it down, and then they'll give you different options. Like, well, if you want to rebuild the whole thing, it's this much. If you just want to Band-Aid it because you're selling it, it's this much. They'll give you every option. They're great guys. Hey, Mike, I appreciate that. That's nice hearing good things about guys on referral list.
I also want to say, if I can, I've used 9 of your guys' company on the referral list.
Wow.
And between the Price is Right and John Fuller, they paid for most of it.
You know, what was the Price is Right deal? You were on there. Didn't you lose on Platinko or what? Plachinko? What is it? Remind me.
Plinko. I won 12,000 on Plinko.
Plinko. That's where you drop. It looks like a big Connect 4 game.
Right.
You drop the big thing and then it goes down. And really, there's no skill set needed. You just drop it and it ends up wherever the hell it does, right?
Well, I had to guess the prices on 4 items to get more chips. More of the Plinko.
God, I haven't watched that since Bob Barker. Oh, no, that's not true. I watched, is it still Drew Carey?
It's Drew Carey. And I also
like him.
Got $1 on the wheel and won 1,000 on the wheel.
Now, what happened when you got to the Showcase Showdown?
Oh, I thought it was 31,000, but I was too scared. I didn't want to go over, so I said 28,000, and it was 31,625. I would have won.
I love how he knows the exact amount. I'd kill myself. Your gut was right, and you overrode yourself. That's crazy, Mike.
Every day.
Yep.
He'll never forget that price.
Thanks to your guys' referral.
What would you? We appreciate that, Mike. Referralist.com. But real quick, what would you have won that 31,000? What was it? A car or what? A vacation?
It was a Hyundai Accent.
Wow.
2019, which I went and I told you on email that I bought a 2019 Hyundai Elantra because of you.
Oh, cool, man.
And it was a trip to Venice.
All right. Mike, I appreciate it. Thanks as always, man. What a great call. Wouldn't that be fun being on a game show?
That'd be nervous.
I'd love it. I think that would be so fun, especially something like that where all the games, you put me on Jeopardy. I mean, I'd win every time. We'll be right back.
It's Michael Brown.
I think Jeopardy is tough because once you start losing,
I feel happy if I could get.
Hold on, guys.
I'm slow thinker.
Think of what $39 can get you. Think about this. You can waste $39 at a restaurant. You can waste $39 at Walmart. You can waste $39 at a casino. But for $39 right now, before the cold weather hits, you don't waste $39. You call up Fix It 24/7. They're going to come out and they're going to go through that furnace. They're going to make sure when we need to fire these things up, come the cold weather, that it works perfectly. They'll even give you a no breakdown guarantee with it, but more importantly, it's a real tune-up. They're going to get the dirt out of there, which, by the way, is the #1 killer of furnaces. They're going to clean it. Sometimes they pull the blower motor, depending on the model. They're going to make sure everything is great. Then they're going to put that little sticker on there, and if you ever need anything in the future, you're going to want to call Fix It 24/7. Only $39. You have to check this company out. FixMyHome.com. FixMyHome.com or 720-526-3939. This deal's going away quick.
All this meat was $50.
Is that it for Fix It? Can I kill my scripts or kill my bullet points?
That's crazy.
Oh, we got some sausages.
Or do they have one next hour? Done.
Too much to do here. I do got an aftertaste now.
What's your problem?
I do got an aftertaste.
Why are you crying?
He's burping up his lifelong burger.
Any more K&H? Can I kill K&H?
I don't think I would get it again.
You don't think what?
I would buy this again.
No way. Not at the price. That's the other thing.
At the price.
But regardless, I mean, I don't enjoy it enough to replace that.
No,
you know.
No, I don't.
Hey, I want to tell you guys a joke. I don't think you've heard it. I don't know if I want to say it on air, though.
You're not on air.
You're lying. I don't trust Dan.
You're on the internet.
I don't trust Dan.
You're on the internet.
Yeah. I think Kevin's heard it. No, he's never here with Al. Jeff, it's the one Jeff told.
Which one? Depends?
Yeah. Do you know what 85-year-old pussy tastes like?
No.
Depends.
I thought you were going to say...
yeah, that's just something thanks for that
I know, man.
Yeah,
You'll never forget it because I swear I've never forgotten it.
Yeah.
What sexual position creates ugly babies? Ask your mom.
That's good.
Yeah,
that is good.
That one is funny as hell.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, I pulled it off. You ready for this? I pulled it off to a daughter when she was next to her mother at a party.
Oh, it's
Night? The daughter was like 23, and the mother, her name is Sean, is the mother.
Is she ugly?
And Taylor is the daughter. And I walked right up to Taylor next to her mother, and I said, God, do you know what sexual position makes the ugliest babies? She goes, no. I said, ask your mother. Suzanne she couldn't believe it. Hey, when I did that ask your mother joke to Taylor, oh, she's on the phone. She couldn't believe I did it. Just couldn't believe it.
Does your mom have a good sense of humor?
We've known this. These people know me.
Okay.
They know there's no filter. I was telling them when I walked up to Taylor and did the ugly sexual position, and Sean was right next to him. Your face.
Did you do the shoe joke right afterwards?
You always got to follow it up with a good, you know.
Why'd the chicken cross the basketball court? Because the ref was blowing fouls.
Here's one, and actually Ed told this one. Why did the pervert cross the road? His dick was stuck in the chicken.
Arkansas, it makes sense now, yeah.
Holy cow. That's no.
Someone's got a clarification on 6?
Probably about dying from eating the meat or something.
All right, 303-713-8255. We have one line open. By the
way, if you want the most beautiful, and I mean beautiful bathroom you could ever imagine, whatever design you want, you got to call these guys Renew Home Innovations. They sell all the Kohler products. This guy can do everything. I call it good, better, best. He can sell you something that's going to be, I'm just going to make numbers up here, maybe $8,000 for a full remodel, and that would be the good. The better might be around 16, and then the best 24, but it is unbelievable. You have to check these out. At least give them a call if you're in the market and have them come out, have them show you all the different levels he can do. They're an authorized Kohler partner. They're just the best. I like the guy too, personally. RenewHomeInnovations.com. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Boy, that'd make a good Christmas present, wouldn't it? Really, if your wife or your husband or someone has been wanting to get that bathroom redone, Christmas is coming up, I'm telling you, call these guys. They also have financing available. You know, it's just cool. You have to check this product out whenever you're in the market. You ready? 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. And you can always mention Martino and get 20% off. Here's what I do on stuff like that. I let them give me a quote first. I don't care who it is. When anybody says, Kevin, have you ever done a special like that? Mention Martino, I'll do something for this amount.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'd never mention it. I'm saying this for the listeners. I'd never say it until after you gave me a price.
Absolutely. Why not?
That's the way to do it. Because if not,
sure you're getting your special.
And then anytime it's phony baloney, you call the company on it. If they're on our referral list, you call me on it.
Absolutely.
But you get the estimate. And then if they give you some crap, oh, you're supposed to mention it first, sorry, can't get you. You know what? Let me know, because that's a bunch of malarkey.
I agree.
Now, there's a word you don't hear every day. That's like a Deputy Dan word, malarkey. 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 You grew up on a farm, right?
Of course, we had lots of malarkey.
He told me the worst part, and I would have never have thought this, and most people will never do it, was working in the silo.
Shoveling grain with all the dust and everything. It's terrible.
How your lungs are even decent. I mean, why? It just doesn't hurt the lungs?
I don't know. It's not fun, though. You're itchy. It's sweaty. It's the worst work.
The only thing worse than that would be being an engineer, which is what he later became. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to slaughter your name, but Luana?
That's right.
Hey. What's going on?
I bought a Honda CR-V 2012 about a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
And everything's great. I love the car so much. But when I start out to, press on the accelerator, it shudders. Like it's either the transmission or the fuel. I don't know what's wrong.
What shudders? The entire car?
How do no, it's not the entire car. It is the whole car.
What's your gut say it is? I mean, you started to say transmission. I mean, do you think it is a transmission?
I think it is the transmission.
Is there any check engine lights or any indicators coming on?
No, not at all. And it stops. It just shudders for just a little bit. And then I thought, well, maybe it's the fuel filter or the fuel pump. I don't know. Because it's fine after, it just goes da-da-da-da-da, and then it stops.
Yeah, it could be things.
Could be just a rough idle, right?
Yeah, you could have an injector, partially plugged. I mean, it could be a weak spark plug. How many miles are on it?
If it's in park.
100,000.
If it's in park, does it do it?
No.
Only under load when you're trying to accelerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That could even be just like dirty fuel injectors.
It could be, induction cleaning required. The throttle body gets caked up with stuff. There's all kinds of things.
This is where you don't want to throw bad money at it. You want to bring it to a shop, and you want to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and you want to do it before it gets worse.
Yeah, it could cause other problems.
Yeah, I know. Because the reason I bought it is, I couldn't afford a newer one, but it's wonderful otherwise.
Yeah, those are good cars. They're good little cars.
Great little cars. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I bought one.
How much did you pay for it?
$12,000.
Yeah, okay.
Probably paid too much.
How many miles on it?
100,000.
Yeah, you probably overpaid, but who cares if it runs good? I mean, honestly, most people overpay for a car. I mean, that's just.
And Hondas get a premium too.
Yeah, they do. They definitely get a premium.
They do. And I was driving a Subaru that was just, I couldn't trust
now,
it anymore.
I will say this, and people hate when I say this, but you can pick up a brand new Elantra with a 100,000-mile warranty, honest to God, and a 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, brand new, for right about $12,000, $13,000. And I would put that car up against any Honda out there in the same, the same class. But it doesn't matter. That's a good car, that little CR-V. But get it over to a shop. What area are you in?
Colorado Springs.
Honest, accurate. God, they're great people. They are so good, I can't even tell you. We had a shop on down there years ago. They just fell apart. They were horrible. They had numerous locations and stuff. And honestly, I started getting complaints on them left and right. So I literally went down there and I looked around for a good shop that at least had 2 locations. And I ran into Jesse, and Jesse is one of the owners. It's basically a big family that runs both of them. And I am telling you, those guys are unbelievable down there. They're just great. I never have any complaints on them. Customer satisfaction. They're great guys, and they're so knowledgeable. So get it down to one of those. Go to referrallist.com, and the addresses are on there. Referrallist.com, Luana.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Everybody else.
Bye.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. We do have a line open. Jacob, you've been holding a while. What's going on? Actually, I'm sorry, Jacob, you have not. I promise you'll be next. Is that rude when I do that?
No, because Jacob literally just called.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you said there was another comment on the burgers.
That lady with the fake meat saying nobody dies, well, that's what threw me, because she said nobody. So she called back. She meant at least no animals die. So you're right. She is vegan, and that's what it was about.
Oh, come on now.
I'm blonde.
You know what? We have these things in our mouth called teeth, and there's some sharp ones on the sides. Guess what they're for?
Ripping meat.
Ripping and tearing, baby. We were born to eat meat and pizza.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan.
People hate that. People hate that veal shit. When I get on veal, most people are afraid to
But
say
the thing
it.
about
I
veal,
love
though,
veal.
is the calves that they're raising for the veal would have been killed anyway because they're...
Yeah, but they would have lived longer.
But no, they wouldn't have because they're dairy bulls.
Oh.
So they take the dairy bull and raise it for the veal because you don't want a whole farm of dairy bulls.
You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one. I'm going to raise my own veal.
You got enough property there. Go steal some.
It is weird looking at them though.
I'm going to keep it in my kid's
Well, they
closet.
keep them dark, don't they?
Well, they keep them in like a big igloo kind of doghouse.
Oh,
and
geez.
feed them milk only.
Hold on, guys. I got something. Oh, man. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. You know, this could be a life-changing message to somebody. I don't know who, but someone out there listening, I'm going to help you. If you're dealing with someone in your household, a friend, a family member, someone dealing with addiction, and I don't know, it could be alcoholism, it could be pills, it could be heroin, it could be anything, an addiction to drugs, the Raleigh House has come up with a phone number, and you can call up, and they're going to help you. They're going to basically teach you how to talk to an addict, how to make that person understand they need help. And I'm telling you, it's an amazing number. It's not some kind of sales pitch or anything. It truly is a number where you might learn something that you can effectively communicate with that person that you love that refuses to get help or refuses to see that they even have a problem. I'm going to give you the number now. Write it down. Think about it. But honestly, you can get some great advice from this number. 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722, or check them out at theRaleighHouse.com. Raleigh. Man, their facility, we flew out there in Tom's helicopter. It's out like in Watkins in the middle of nowhere. They bought this house. It used to be a ranch. You know, a family lived there. Holy shit, man. It is so big, it looks like something from Dallas, a TV show,
wow.
But it's all one level. It's beautiful. Huge. I mean, the original kitchen in that is now a full cafeteria. Whoever lived there as a house had money, boy. I mean, this place, even though it's in the middle of nowhere, it is so beautiful. But they turned it into a full-blown facility. It is gorgeous. And there's nothing around out there. So even if you snuck out to grab a beer or something, there's nothing there. You're done.
I lived out in Elizabeth for a while. It's nice out there. And till the winter.
Oh, man, that's how
when the wind starts blowing.
I'm telling you, the nice thing about Franktown, we're 10 degrees average cooler than Castle Rock. So if it's 90, we're at 80. If it's 95, we're at 85. Right around there. I mean, it's like clockwork, man. But, you know, if they get 6 inches of snow, we get 12.
Well, then 86, you know, going east,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the wind will start howling through there, and it just piles up.
Have you ever been out to, I think it's called Sun Country?
Oh, yeah.
It's way out there.
It's north
Yeah,
of
those
Elizabeth.
are kind of cool.
Yeah.
And those are affordable out there. If you don't mind a drive into town or if you're retired, you can live in a really nice place out there for a lot less and have acreage.
Yeah.
Sun Country. I think it literally is called Sun Country.
It is. It's north of Elizabeth.
Yeah, you basically
northeast.
go all the way to the end and hang a left.
Yeah.
There's a golf course out there.
Yeah. Spring Valley. We used to go there for...
I had the best... I'm gonna say this on air. I just had the best conversation last night with somebody.
Mr. Rosen.
God, he's just a treat. You know what's so great about him? He can tell a story.
That is that's a talent.
The man can tell a story. Even the story he was telling me, I said, do you ever talk to Boyles anymore? And he was telling us about Boyles was not happy back in the day because they brought Mike in to do a show with him. Like, you know, a 2-person show. And Mike was a accountant, a or not a CFO, he was I want to say he was an accountant. Didn't Rosen say he was an accountant? An economist, that's right. That's right. In other words, he knew everything. I mean, honestly, when it came to the economy. So anytime they would have, Boyles is a history buff from hell. He knows a lot of shit, but he knows nothing about
the economy. Yeah.
Boyles is always talking about all the books he reads.
What's that?
Boyles is always talking about all the books he reads. He must read like at least two a week. At least 2 a week.
Hijack the election.
They realized the election was 3 years ago.
The Dems are trying to do everything to. I mean, they're throwing shit on the wall, man, and nothing's sticking, boy.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I was going to ask you, what's that place across from you that does car repair up there, up where you live?
Oh, where I live?
Yeah.
Minshew.
They do car repair.
Man, I nailed the game last night, Kevin.
Kaisers. Yeah.
Nailed it. I did a teaser, so I teased it. I had the Eagles could lose by up to 10.5, and it had to be over like 42. Just killed it.
Some of these lines are coming out just ridiculous.
Chain, chain, chain. You guys didn't know I was multi-talented.
Yes. In fact, one day, I have threatened this to Suzanne numerous times. One day I'm going to sing every commercial. Every commercial I'm going to do, I'm going to sing. And I'm going to change the way broadcasters do commercials. That's it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to change it. Mark my words. I'm going to do it. 303-713-8255. One line open. Hey, I had the best conversation last night, guys. I mean the best. Suzanne and I talked to Mike Rosen for probably... He was on KOA forever. I mean, if you're new to town or old to town, whatever, he was a talk show host over there, and he still comes in the building, does a lot of fill-in on our sister station, KOA, but what a great conversation. What a smart man. I mean, just an incredibly intelligent man, a man modeled after myself, I shall say. 303-713. Suzanne, you enjoyed that conversation, and his wife was lovely.
Yes, it was a pleasure to talk with him.
God, he's fun. I remember way back in the day, the 2000 election. Remember hanging chads? Remember this? The Supreme Court got involved. I was the only liberal, period, on KOA. The only. I was on late night, and he'd come in the morning and tear apart anything I had to say. Honestly, man, that's how I got to know Mike years ago. But what a great guy. I don't know how else to put it. Great guy. I wish he didn't retire, honestly. Although Mandy does a fantastic job, so I got to say that, too. Mandy does do a fantastic job. I listen to her on occasion. Don, what is going on, sir? Don?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, Don.
Sorry. I've got a 2016 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon.
Got it.
And it's got a really awkward vibration when it's going slow, like when I'm pulling out of the driveway or pulling out of a neighborhood, kind of under 10 miles an hour.
Only at under 10? Could that be like a bent drive shaft, Kevin?
Well, are you feeling the vibration in the seat or in the steering wheel?
I'm feeling it everywhere. I can feel it in the floorboard,
okay,
the steering wheel, the gas pedal.
And whether you're stepping on the gas or coasting, you feel it the same?
Yep.
That is a
And
strange
it's not that bad. If on a scale from 1 to 10, it's probably around a 3.
It's almost got to be something in a tire.
Oh, interesting. And then after he hits a certain speed, it's spinning fast enough.
That's my first guess is something in a tire.
You know, when I'm going like 55, I can still barely feel it.
I missed it. Where does he say he feels it?
The whole car.
Oh. I'd say it is a tire balance problem, too. Why don't you have, wherever you bought your tires, go have them just check the balance.
Yeah, they're factory tires.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying that's fine. Bring it up to discount or somewhere. Yeah. Just have the tires checked, because if they're out of balance, I mean, at that low speeds, it's not going to do anything. But when they're spinning them, if there's a bubble or something on there on the balancer, someone's going to see something.
Right. That makes sense.
But I mean, I don't know it. I mean, you just got to have someone look at it. You do tires.
Yeah, we do tires, everything else.
Get it up to Kevin. I mean, would you check his balance?
Well, yeah, we'll just eyeball his tires. Yeah. It's going to have a belt miss, a slip or something.
And then if it's not there, then he can basically test drive it and let you know what's going on. But if it's starting to drive you crazy, take care of it now before it gets worse.
Yes.
Let's say it is something weird like a wheel bearing. It will get worse.
Yeah, I'm in Fort Collins.
Who's up there? Is that where Menagio? Menagio.
Yeah, hands-on.
Hands-on Auto Tech, man. They're on a referral
He's in
list.
Longmont.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's how... Well, Fort Collins is pretty far. I don't think we have anybody literally in Fort Collins.
Yeah, we do.
Who?
I got to look.
Come on, man. Hey, hang tight. We're going to tell you who to go to, okay, Don?
Okay, thank you.
Hold tight. Keep listening. 303-713-8255. You can clear that line, Suzanne. I forgot to dump it, but Don, keep listening on the radio, and we'll tell you where to go. We'll give you a name of a great shop. By the way, you need any great shop, referrallist.com, referrallist.com. Kevin, I'm going to tell you something I haven't told many people. Tom and I bought a credit card company, a processing company. We're going to send an email to all of our members soon, but we are going to beat, I don't care who you have now, what your rates are, that you get charged from your bank or whoever you're using. I don't care who they are. We're going to give you straightforward, no long-term contracts, 0 long-term contracts, free equipment, whatever you need, and we're going to save you money, and it's going to be the best you've ever seen. It's
sweet.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, because those fees are going up every time I turn around. They're going up
every single time. We tie everybody in to exactly what Visa and MasterCard do, and then depending on what card they swipe is what it is. It's not like every card's 3%. It's literally the exchange rate. And we're going to beat the hell out of all the competition out there. I mean, we're going to crush them. The free equipment, even for restaurants and stuff, we're talking some kiosks. A lot of the free stuff depends on what the volume is, of course. But I just know you're shopping.
No, that adds up, too. I mean, you start talking $200, $300, $400 a piece.
Oh, yeah, but the equipment we can give you, because I have an idea of how much business you do because I own shops. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, if you wanted wireless, we could give you full wireless, and it wouldn't cost you anything. 0.
Sweet.
I mean, it's crazy. So you just got to decide what you want. Bill, what's going on with this Acura?
Hey, Mark. I've got a 2016 Acura RDX. I need a new battery, and I was just going to go buy one and put it in.
You mean like, that's not you mean just a regular starter battery, right?
Regular starter battery.
Yeah, okay.
But I saw some things online that say you need to plug it into a power source so it doesn't wipe out the memory. Is that true?
Well, it'll wipe out the memory of the radio and other presets like your seat and things of that sort. If you don't worry about that, then don't put a power source.
Are you sure it even does that? I guess some
when
of
you take the battery out, your presets for your seat.
Yeah.
And whatever you have preset in.
But nothing crazy.
No, those will go away. But you can just run it through a power, like a 9-volt through the cigarette lighter port. Will maintain
cool.
that.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you guys for your help.
Wow. All right. Thanks, man. I didn't know that, Kevin. I honestly had no idea that you would lose. For example, you said the presets, but I just can't think of
it used to be just in the radio, but now it's in the seats, it's in the mirrors, everything.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, 303-713-8255. 303, Martino. Jacob, what is going on? Oh! Is that Patrick, failure to launch? Is that actual Patrick?
Sure is, Mark.
Wow, if you follow this show, Patrick called up, goodness gracious, how long ago has it been, Dan? I gave that...
a couple weeks ago, he just called in.
Well, he's got another update now, but I'm saying, when did he call the first time?
Like maybe a year ago, Mark, a year and a half ago. We've been working with him.
He was so lost, I couldn't believe it. He couldn't hold a job for a week. He was getting himself in all kinds of bad predicaments, like overpaying for cars and doing this and that. And then, anyhow, he's got another update, and I'm curious because sometimes his updates are great. Other times they're not so good. I mean, I'll be straight with you. Sometimes, Patrick, and I'm not going to you yet, hang tight. Sometimes your updates aren't that good. Let's go to Jacob. Jacob, what's going on?
Hey, Mark. I got a 95 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I've already replaced the alternator, the battery, and I actually grounded out the security system in it because something keeps draining the battery, and I just wanted to know what you guys think might be draining the battery.
Well, that could be anything, but here's something really cool. In fact, Lakewood Auto Electric, the guys down there created a tool that does it, but you have a drain. What this tool does, and other people like Kevin, do you have that tool or not?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah,
You bought one from him?
Bought one from Brian.
Yeah, so this guy at Lakewood Auto Electric, he actually created, patented, and sells this. It looks like this big handheld tool. But you can go down to Kevin's place or anybody that has one of these, and it'll tell you where that drain's coming from. What is that called?
Well, it's a parasitic drain.
Yeah.
You know, it's a detector. It doesn't tell you where the short is. It just gives you the size of the short so you can narrow down what components can be drawing.
Yeah, but it points you in the right direction.
It's a verifier is what it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what you got.
How much would that cost if I took it down to him?
You know, it's a time and material job, unfortunately. You're anywhere from $100 on up.
Where are you located, man?
I'm actually up in Thornton off of like 88th in Colorado.
Everybody's up there.
Everybody's up north today.
Yeah. I don't know if Hands On has that tool, man.
Don't know.
How far are you from there, Kevin?
Well, Colfax, so we're a ways.
I mean, he's a ways, but if you made an appointment, but he's got the tool. You just want to make sure they can do it. Now, there's shops out there that do not have the tool, and they can definitely do it as well. It just takes longer.
Right.
But it's pretty cool,
I'll
man.
definitely take it down to him and see him then.
Here's what I guess how they do it. Hold on, listen to this, man. So, Jacob, I think what they do is they hook this tool up. Then wouldn't you pull a fuse and see if it changes, and you go through every single thing, and then you're going to find out what it is? I mean, is that basically how it works?
If it is a fused circuit that's causing the short,
and if it's not, what happens?
Well, then you got to start digging into wiring diagrams and figure out which circuits are not covered by the fuse box, and then start checking those.
Okay, but it'll tell you how much it's pulling, how much
tell
power,
you how many amps the draw is,
and then you'll figure out, okay, this particular thing pulls that same amount. It's somewhere here.
It'll narrow things.
Man, it's like a detective movie, man. It's like playing
You still
Clue.
need to know what you're doing. It's still complicated.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah, get it down to one of these guys, man. But, I mean, don't waste your time. If you go to some places and you're paying hourly for an electrical problem, they might rip your face off.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Denver Botanic Gardens Fall Plant.
They're fairly new. I can't find them. We have Fort Collins Foreign Car Service, but
I can't remember last time I was in Fort Collins. You ever go up there, Bree?
nothing allowed to go up there.
Yeah, I passed through, but
Maybe they got off. I don't think
You turned it on. Don't fool me.
he's not taking the barbecue, the grill back.
Hold on, guys.
it's pretty nasty. Isn't it?
Centeno Schultz, who are these guys? Well, they're the only folks that we know that do real stem cells. What do I mean by that? Well, they harvest them from your own body. If stem cells are shipped, first of all, they're going to be dead. So if someone's telling you, hey, that bag over on the counter is stem cells, I want to sell it to you for $5 grand. And that's typically what you'll hear from these chiropractors that pretend to do everything. So don't buy it. They're dead stem cells. That's it. There's lawsuits everywhere on these things. In fact, you don't even know what you're getting and you're putting into your body. Don't do it. What they do at Centeno Schultz actually does work, and they'll tell you if you're a good candidate for it. A lot of times, in fact, I think they told me 80% of the time you're not a candidate for it, but PRP or other things will work. But these guys are incredible. If you suffered from some pain for a long time, maybe a rotator cuff, could be anything, knee pain, anything, you will get an MRI, which generally, by the way, your insurance will pay for, and they'll discuss treatment options. Get the heck out of pain if you can. Check it out. These are the good guys. They harvest your own stem cells. They bring it back to their lab, which is right there at the facility. They do their magic to it. Then they use a guided injection to put it into where it needs to go. These guys are the real deal. I can't say enough about Centeno Schultz. 303-963-9201. Call them up for that free consultation. 303-963-9201. Got a lot of auto calls today.
Yeah, decent.
He didn't have a vibration at 55, did they?
No.
So what's the comment?
I don't know.
I think he said under 5, and that's...
Well, 5 to 10, but that's why I was thinking tire, because it...
55's tires, generally.
Well, 55 you get it in the wheel, but if the whole car's moving, that's why he's got a bubble in a tire or something. Whatever come to that one you called me on with the guy with the timing chain? Then the guy did a remain on his Volkswagen and all that. Cause
they offered to put they offered to do all the labor, but the guy didn't want to buy the parts, or they'd even put in a used engine if he wanted to buy one. He could go out, bring him a used engine, and they'd put it in for free. I mean, there's not much more.
That's all he could do. That's more than fair.
And you know what? He was right, though. Or you were right. You were both right. That first 3,200, until they did that top end, they would have never idea.
No.
I remember a couple times we did some timing belts, did the whole top end, did the valves, and that fucking bottom end would shit out like 6 months later.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that got me is when the guy recommended he do the airflow sensor, and he declined it at the shop to take it home to do it himself, you know, and it's still running rough. It's like, well, he didn't fix the running. Yeah. But that's, you know what that is in our business. I mean, you get these cars in and you...
I hate your business.
Yeah.
I am so glad I got the hell out of it.
Yeah.
God, I hated it. Hated it, man. I love the computer business. That was fun. I love this.
Yeah.
I hated automotive. God, I hated it. Plus, I got my face torn off by that guy for $250,000, so...
Yeah.
That tends to leave a bad taste.
What happened?
I had 5 Goodyear stores. I had a general manager, Gary Pappas. He just fucking bent me over, man. Stole from me to the tune of about $250,000.
Wow.
He's a fucking prick. He did time, though, man. He did hard time in Oklahoma City, federal, 2 years.
Good.
Then he went and ripped off Albany. Oh, no, Schenectady, New York. He literally ripped off the mayor. They didn't have him on a contract. He was going to rehab all these townhomes. So they were all decrepit old, you know, picture old upstate New York. If you haven't been there, you don't know what I mean. But just these old piece of shit places, old bricks. And he was going to go in, rehab them, and then the city would be able to rent them out, low-cost housing. And basically when they sold or whatever, the city, of course, would end up getting the property taxes, and then Gary would make some profit on each one. So they never actually signed it, but they allowed him to start. And he basically ripped them off. I mean, he ripped them off. He took all this shit out of them. He stripped them down. He ripped them off and basically split. How I found it is I was Googling his name. The local newspaper wrote him up for it. But what the article was about was how stupid the mayor was for not doing a contract with him.
Yeah.
And then the newspaper found all the stuff he did to me, how he went to jail for 2 years over ripping a Goodyear off, and then also how he had a parts store, car parts. This is a horrible story, man. He was taking out of all his employees checks. He was taking out taxes, and he was taking out health care and 401k. He was putting it all in his fucking pocket. So the feds came in and busted him on that, and he talked his way into an anklet instead of going to jail. But then he ripped me off, and then when he ripped me off, they revoked his probation instantly, and his ass went to jail. Prison.
These people's probation will just look like that. But here they thought they were going to get health care. All of a sudden, someone's fixed.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's how it came unraveled
That's
in his
usually how
parts
it
store.
does, yeah.
No, one of his employees' wives went in. She was pregnant. Went in.
Wow.
Had no insurance. They found out like 6 months later to cover the pregnancy. All right, 303-7713.
8255. That's the only number you need. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We have another hour coming up. That hour's going to be fun. We call that the Power Hour. And I love going after the bad guys in the Power Hour. So if you've been contemplating, you know what, that one guy, he really did irritate me. He said he was going to do this and he didn't do it and he took my money. I want to hear from you. That's what I like in the Power Hour. I like going after the scumbags. And let me tell you something. The older I get, the longer I do this, the more scumbags there are. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of humans out there that should not have the title human. They're dirtballs. There is a lot of them. We were talking about one over the break that got me. Yeah, I got ripped off. Tom's been ripped off. Listen, you know, when we go after people, there's reasons we do it. We've all been there. Honest to God, there's not one person in this room. Deputy Dan, you got ripped off by that kid, honestly.
Big time.
Yeah, I mean,
my son did.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, but it ended up affecting your pocketbook.
Yes, it did.
Hey, do you guys watch This Is Us? By the way, one line open. Scott, I come right back to you. And Patrick, I do want that update. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. This Is Us just came back on. All the shows are kicking off.
Yep, haven't seen it.
It is probably the saddest, most depressing show I have ever seen in my life. For whatever reason, I love it.
I'll look it up next time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is so sad. I've never seen a show like there's always going to be a miscarriage, or someone's going to get divorced, or someone can't work anymore, or a kid gets killed. I am telling you, it is so depressing. It's amazing why I like it. I have no idea, and it's a very, very popular show. Ed, you ever watch it? Yeah. Did you see the new one?
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one yet. We've got it DVR'd, though.
Let me tell you something. I think they ruined the show. I think it sucks. I think the one that just came on the other day sucks.
After we watched the ending again?
It was so different.
Wow.
They introduced like 10 new characters. At one point, I kid you not, about a half hour into it, Suzanne and I turned the channel just to make sure we were watching the right show. There wasn't one character we recognized for over a half hour. They introduced new characters with absolutely nothing. If you didn't watch last season and you tuned into this, you would have no idea the show's ever been on before. I thought it sucked. I hope it gets better because I really like
shows are doing that, though. If you watch all the series 1.
What's your...
I don't know. I watched kind of the Chicago lineup.
What's the
Chicago Med?
Chicago PD.
That kind of stuff.
I never got into those. I like the one, the SUV. Special Victims Unit.
There you go.
Law and Order.
Like those.
Law and Order.
Yeah, Law and Order.
Yeah.
That's a great franchise.
Yeah, it is.
And I still like 60 Minutes, 2020. I like that reality stuff.
What about, like, Live PD?
Live PD is an interesting show. I think the guy's name is Abrams.
Yeah.
He's
an attorney.
Yeah, he used to be on, I want to say CNN. I'm talking years and years ago. I do kind of like it. What I don't like about it, Ed, though, is they act like it's live. I don't think it's live. I mean, they might be live occasionally, but it's kind of weird.
They're kicking off a new one with Rescue.
Oh, so it's more of fire trucks and ambulances.
And first responders.
I don't know how does that work? Like if an ambulance is coming to get me, I guess they can record it and put it up. They probably don't need my consent if they're not, videoing me in the house or something. I don't know if I like that show, though. I have sat there and watched it. It is interesting. Some of them. Other ones are boring. You go through it, you think something's going to happen, and nothing happens because, that's kind of what it's based on. Don't you think they kind of ripped off Cops?
It's an evolution to Cops. I actually like it.
Do you?
And I think it's live.
See.
Now, they do flash back and say recorded earlier today. Well, or if it, but when it's live, I think it's live.
I don't think so. I think maybe the show is live, like Fox News. It might be live for an hour, but the videos they go to, what's going on, I think is pre-recorded. But I'm not even sure it's live at any point, but maybe. I mean, it's nice to pretend. It's nice to pretend any of these reality shows are what they are. Most of them, there's no reality there. If you followed Tom and I around with a camera and we didn't know it was there, you'd be shocked. I mean, honestly, Suzanne, is that correct?
It's correct. That's true.
With anybody. I mean, honestly, with anybody. I mean, a true reality show, I don't know. It would be good, though. I'll tell you this, it would be good. It would be very good. Scott, Patrick, you guys hold on. We do have a line open, 303-713-8255. We've got the Power Hour coming up. Everybody hang tight. I'm Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network. This is the first show in a long time I have not had just an outright ripoff. Haven't had one.
That's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like unbelievable kind of a...
I want to meet.
Where are we meeting?
Chase. I haven't heard. I haven't even checked my email. Maybe I should actually.
So I was thinking of Hawkers and Fort Collins, but Suzanne says it's no longer on.
Who is it?
Bill Hawkers.
I never liked him anyhow.
Fort Collins.
I don't think he was a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. Just
Fort Collins Foreign Car Service is still there.
I've got to take them down.
Sorry for messing up your name so bad. I remember this morning. You put here, call this guy.
All right, forward it to me. I'll give him a...
Oh, he doesn't have, he didn't put his phone number. It's no good.
Well, just forward it to me and I'll email him.
I already did email him. I said, send me your phone number. And he didn't. He asked me something else. Whatever.
Corey. Look for Corey. There it is.
I can make that happen. Okay.
Dads and Dudes 2:30. Yes.
Dads and dudes, what?
They got the best
Oh, wait.
beer. So I'm like, yes.
No, we're going to meet him tomorrow
We got
instead.
good appetizers, too.
Oh,
He emailed right after that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, we can go over there. Dan, you want to come
My
over
hopes
to beer?
and dreams are dashed.
Tonight, or?
No.
Just right after the
Do
show.
you want to go over to Lone Tree or something?
Sure.
Well, no, let's go over to Dad's and whatever.
Oh, you want to go down there? Oh, we'll go. Yes.
Dan likes that place.
It's back on. Yeah.
Hopes and dreams.
Stop doing this to me.
back.
I can't. Okay, princess.
Oh, man.
Early one morning while making the rounds,
God.
I took a shot of cocaine and I shot my baby
Hi, what's
down.
your first name?
I shot her down, then I went to bed. I stuck
Anna,
that
hang
love
on
in
to-
44, but
You don't want to be on the air. Hang on.
Do you guys watch The Office?
So many people that want to go on
I've
the
seen
air.
a few of them, yeah.
God, that is
They
funny.
what?
It is.
It is.
People don't want to go on the air.
Well, then don't talk to him. Why are we talking to people?
It is so funny. I mean, because I watched a couple of them before.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm just going right through it.
Of what?
The Office. I think that is so funny.
Mark,
that
don't forget to bring Ed back
Steve
up.
Carroll.
Okay. What am I bringing him
He's a
back up
nuts.
for?
You know what, you
He
want to
really
There's
is.
a couple new shows on that are pretty.
I don't
And
know.
that's old
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I like old ones better.
No, there's one attorney show where the guy and his daughter are what's his name? Because he was in like L.A. Law years ago,
Oh, really?
and it's a brand new show.
I haven't watched a new show in probably 2 years.
Yeah. No, it was actually pretty. The ending was good. It was a good tease. Because she hasn't really seen her dad in a while, and
Oh,
he
now they're
reaches out.
buddies?
Well, now they're law partners.
Oh, okay.
And then his wife passed away, and that's why they kind of
Hooked up.
again, and this and that. And there's this little goofy guy working in the office, the just total geeked out computer guy that
Oh,
can
really?
find anything in the world. And
What show is this?
can't remember the name of it. But the end of this, the last scene was he walks in and he's like, "Good night, Dad," and she's just like, "What did he call you?"
Oh, man.
She didn't know. But you go through the whole first show not knowing this, and then the look on his face.
So
with
they're
the
like
daughter.
half brother, half sister or something.
Yeah, but she didn't know. Nor did
What
he,
a good
nor did he
tease.
tell her. That's what I'm saying. It was
What
a
a
great.
good tease
Yeah,
and
that
stuff.
was.
It's
Yeah.
What are your teeth?
I told them that they're so childish they make me and you look like adults. I said.
Yeah.
I said me as adults. I gotta admit,
I had this.
I'm pretty in the.
I had a late night. I did a computer show back in the day, and one of them was really late, like 11 to 1. And I'd be on the air like 5 hours, so I'd do one on one station downtown for 3 hours. Then 2 hours later, I'd go to a different station and do a 2-hour show, so I wouldn't get off till 1. But on the late one, I mean, it was fucking popular too, man. For being that late at night, we always had full lines. But
Well, what do people call the geek calls? The questions
Yep.
about setting
Yeah,
up.
but
you
it
know,
was
yeah.
fun as shit too.
Yeah.
But every week I would call the White House. Clinton was in office.
Oh, really?
I would call the White House switchboard every single week on air, and I'd ask for Bill, and they'd never put me through to Bill.
What?
It was, yeah, I know. It was just like this bit I do every time. So this is at the station. It was actually 760, but it used to be in its own building. So anyhow, you know, I do this for maybe, God, it was a long time, man. Like 3 months I'm doing this same bit. So once a week I call the White House, I ask for Bill. And I'd always give the board, you know, some kind of bullshit like, hey, you know, this is his uncle. I really need to get in touch with him. Whatever, I couldn't get through to him. So I'm sitting at home one day. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock at night. No, I get a fucking call from like the Secret Service.
I bet.
Wants to know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, hey, it's just a fucking bit, man. I'm on the radio. It's cool. I won't call anymore. I get it. He's not available. Cool.
Yeah.
No threat, man.
Is this Bill?
Well, have you at least told him I've been calling?
Yeah. Send me a postcard, something.
And then I got coffee one time for Jimmy Carter. I was sitting in with Peter Boyles, and he wanted a cup of coffee, man. So this was when this station was down at 13th and Lawrence. And the only place, the coffee, there was no cups. So you had two. The station was like on the top floor, like a 20-story building. So you either take the elevator down and there was a coffee cart, or there was coffee up there, but there was no cups. There was hot coffee, but no cups. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to run down. So I'm getting ready to run down, but I hit the bathroom first. So I'm at the urinal, and as I'm pissing, right there on top of the urinal is a fucking coffee mug. And I'm thinking, holy shit, what a fucking
Just
life
wash
is
this up a little.
Oh, did
So
you know this?
Yeah, but I cleaned the shit out of it. I used soap and got it nice and clean. Went back in, put some coffee in it, put his whatever he wanted, and brought it back in and handed it to him. But every time he took a sip of that, I kept thinking, Jesus. I mean, honestly, I didn't do anything wrong because I cleaned the hell out of it. But it's still kind of weird. You're handing a ex-president, a coffee mug.
But he's a peanut farmer too, so I'm sure he's drank coffee out of worse.
You know, that's a great thing. He
You
probably
know?
was. He was raised.
He was a real deal, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was. He's a good guy. He is.
He wasn't a great president.
Right. That's right.
No, that's all right.
You're right there. Actually, that stuff he does with Habitat for
I
Humanity
think
is
he's
unbelievable.
Right. I think you can't find a better guy. Just has some different beliefs and what.
Derek, Blue Bloods come on tonight?
Don't know.
My favorite ones.
I like
Blue
that one.
Bloods?
Yeah. Tom Selleck.
You never
the
watched
police commissioner.
I
don't watch a lot of TV.
What's your favorite show right now?
Office.
I know, you're kind of like me, man. I revert to these ones I really like. But I just went through Seinfeld, I just went through Larry David, and I'm halfway through this one called, oh my God, Life in Pieces. I love that show.
If you go back
It's
and watch
4 different shows in one.
It is so fun, especially when you hit them boom, boom, boom with no commercials.
That's why that fucking Hulu's the bomb, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy the no commercial version.
But I mean, there could never be a manager like that in the office. It's funny.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. As you know, we are here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints. If you're new to town or new to the show, listen, here's what we do. You'll never hear anything like it. If you've been ripped off or taken advantage of, or you want me to shine a spotlight on some scumbag, that's what the show's about. I mean, we know guys. We know some people that know people.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. We all have guys. We have lots of guys. They're called listeners. And you know what's cool about our listeners? Some of them are. I had one listener. Oh, man, I think I told Dan this story. This guy showed up in my office one time. He goes, Mark, I got an idea. He goes, you know how you and Tom, you go after the bad guys and stuff, and sometimes you give the number out, and people will call up, and they'll bug the business, and then the business will do what's right. I got a better idea. Let's all get together, and we'll all go visit them at one time. And you think I'm kidding. This guy's standing in my office, serious as a heart attack. He's a little Looney Tunes, but he was kind of a big guy, man. And I'm like, well, you know, there's reasons we can't just show up and start beating the hell out of people. It doesn't quite work that way, sir. But anyhow, we are very effective at what we do. If you are new to the show, listen to this. $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. Tommy Boy started this thing almost 40 years ago. The longest running radio show in the United States with the same host. That's saying something. I mean, think about that. You know, he has survived. He's my mentor, man, when it comes to radio. He truly is. You know how many ownerships he's survived? You know, most radio people, there's people out there that are exceptions. Howard Stern is an exception. There's people, Rush Limbaugh is an exception. Hannity is an exception. Glenn Beck is an exception. But local guys like Tom, actually, he was national for a while before 9/11. 9/11 really killed the national show. It was one of the biggest upcoming shows, but after 9/11, of course, everything became political really quick, honestly. You know, let's go kill the Taliban, let's do this. Your Hannitys were born. You know, a lot of people got very famous off 9/11. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm just saying that's the fact of it. But we were in 152 markets for a while, and hopefully soon to be again. But here's the deal. To survive 5 ownerships in a local market's next to nothing. You could walk through this building, I don't think you'd find anybody. I don't think you'd find anybody that survived 5 ownerships. 5. I can't even think of what it was called when Tom started. It might have been the original KOA when they actually had a TV station. I think the radio and TV station, then I think like the FCC or someone came up and said, you can't own both anymore. They might have been grandfathered or something, but there was a lot of rule changes. It's pretty wild. But 5 ownerships, that's how long this show's been going on. We don't get into politics. Occasionally people will say, oh, you're talking politics. That's not true. We really don't. We might give opinions. I know I do. But honestly, we don't talk politics. All right, 303-713-8255. We do have a couple lines open. 303 Martino, it is car day. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. What is it right now? What does anybody have to do before winter? What should they have checked? Do you still actually check and test the coolant? I mean, if you have a fairly newer car.
Well, it takes a second to check it, so just test it all. We check belts, tires, hoses. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get broken down coming back from Vail or
somewhere.
I-70 or it's brutal. You're out midnight, it's 10 degrees, and your car won't start. So we check the charging system, batteries. Just give it a good solid checkout.
What is a good, what do you guys, here's what I want you to do. You don't have to say it right now. I want a special we can give out that would be an oil change, but you'll also check the belts, hoses, the electrical system, the tires. You'll make sure it's ready. Ready. So, I mean, everything, though. You got to check it out, but don't tell me yet. And then Nick Yutzi with Flexident of Colorado. Nick, there's not hail right now. You do paintless dent repair. You do a lot of it yourself. You got great techs down there, multiple locations. You've worked on my car. You've worked on Tom's car. You've worked on a ton of listeners' cars. Nick, you're one of the best I've ever seen. I've actually seen you work on it. And using those little rods and stuff, I wouldn't have the patience for it.
Yeah, it took me 3 years to figure it out.
But what the hell do you do when the hail goes? How about okay, here's the kind of special I want you to give, because I'm going to force you to give something crazy. Okay. There's people out there that have parked at Walmart or at the mall or at a restaurant. They come out and there's a door ding. Yep. And they've been living with this ding, but it's driving them absolutely insane because they don't want to bring it over and say, oh, it's going to be $400, $500. I want you to come up with something crazy on something, of course, paintless dent repair. So if the paint's cracked, forget it.
Yeah.
But a door ding where the paint's not cracked, I want an unbelievable price, okay?
Okay.
That'll keep you busy now.
Yeah.
Or are you still working on a lot of the hail stuff?
Yeah, I'm still getting hail jobs in.
Wow.
You guys seen a couple of them toward me. One guy had $10,000. They wanted to take his vehicle.
Oh, wait a second. That's that's the guy here. Who was it? What's his name? I'm dying here. Oh my God, he came down to the office. I can't think of his name. He's in the building. He's a coworker. It was what was it? A Honda? No, it was a Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, what God, Nissan Pathfinder. I don't remember, but he really wanted to keep it.
Yeah, bottom line, I mean, they were going to give him $6,000.
They wanted to total it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They either give him $10,000 and take the vehicle, or they're going to give him $6,000 and he could keep the vehicle.
So, and he wanted it. When I tell you this guy wanted to keep the vehicle, I am not kidding. Because he does not like the new design. And he had this one from the start. He took care of it. God, for the life of me, I can't. I think it was a Nissan Pathfinder. But anyhow, so Jeep, they were, it was a Jeep, not a Liberty, a Jeep Commander, I believe.
Commando, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. So the bottom line was what?
I told him I'd do it for $5,800, and I mean, we take all the dents out.
Yeah, but then he's upside down, right?
Because he keeps the car. He gets a $6,000 check.
Oh!
He keeps the car.
Oh!
Take all
and it'll look like brand new, won't it?
Yeah.
Kevin, this thing must have had, easily 100 hits, 200?
Yeah, it was hit pretty good.
How long, okay, now that I saw that car, now you've seen it, how long does that car take you to do? 100 hits, 200 hits?
A car like that, average tech will take about 3 days.
3 days, man. So I'm
still trying to picture you doing that dent stuff.
Me doing it?
Yeah.
You don't want to picture. I'd create more dents. I would literally be hitting the car because I'd be so pissed. All right, 303-713-8255. Scott, you say you have a comment on a vibration at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's about the guy in Fort Collins who called in, and he said his car was vibrating low, and then when he was driving it at 55 miles an hour, he still felt a little bit of vibration.
Yeah.
I had a very similar situation where a customer came into my shop complaining of a similar thing, and it actually turned out to be a broken motor mount. So I was thinking, it sounds kind of like the same thing.
That's curious. Would that happen, though, under 5-10 miles an hour?
Well, in certain situations,
sure.
Because it's idling.
Yeah. The motor mount, the motor mount, when it's broke, if the motor's vibrating, you'll feel it through the whole entire car, and even if you're idling or driving, it's still going to vibrate.
Scott's right, man. I think that could be a pretty good over-the-radio diagnose.
Entirely possible.
What shop do you own, Scott?
I think Champagne Motors in Englewood, Colorado. We service Audis and Volkswagens.
That's it, man. That must keep you busy. I mean, my God. I've never seen a Volkswagen I liked. Never. Never. I don't. I hate Volkswagens.
Well, you know, they do require a lot of maintenance, but they're great cars if you keep up on them. I just had one that I owned. I sold it, and it had 490,000 miles on it, original motor and trans.
Diesel, though, right?
No.
No?
In fact, it was a turbo car.
Man, I don't know. Well, you own a shop, so that's a little different. I just don't like them.
The only thing I actually did have to replace was the turbo on it. It was the only thing that went bad on it.
You know, the Audis, though, that R8 is a badass machine, man.
Oh, absolutely. And we had one come in here not too long ago. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people who own Audis known there's a car called the RS2.
I've never heard of it.
It's like the holy grail of Audis.
Wow.
And they only made it in 94, and they were never imported to the U.S. Well, we had a customer of ours who went to Belgium and got one and brought it over here, and we got to look at it and service it, and he sold it just recently for $65,000.
Where are you at, man?
We are on 2900 South Broadway in Inglewood.
All right, Suzanne, get his info. I mean, he could be a good candidate for a list. Hold tight. 303-713-8255. Can you imagine working on a car that was brought over from Europe? They're a lot different, aren't they? I mean,
they come gray market, but they don't have all the computers and everything.
So that's what I mean, the emissions, everything. I remember we were in Mexico years ago, Kevin. It was like 2002 or 3. The car we rented was a Beetle, not the new Beetle that was being sold here, but the actual old school Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah.
But no emissions, no anything. They said you can't even drive it over the border.
No, there's a lot of diesel down in South America, too.
You think about how much money people talk about the environment, and I agree with, most of it. We need some emissions and stuff, but man, talk about adding cost to a vehicle. You can build a little car if you didn't have to have the gas mileage and you didn't have to have the emission stuff. I mean, really, you could chop the price of a car in half.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown. Well, this is...
So, if it was a motor mount, if you just looked at the engine, put in gear, and then wouldn't you see it move a little bit?
I don't think it is.
Because that can be broke. I mean, I can see maybe a fracture.
Yeah, no, I mean, anything's possible. Vibrations
Hold on, guys.
quite a lot.
All right, check this out. In fact, I talked to the owner of this company last night at length. His name is Chase. What a good guy, too, man. This guy knows how to run a company. But what he has come up with is absolutely incredible. And the best way to show you what it is and how it works is you go to this website. So if you're listening right now in front of a computer on your phone, at least check this out. But you can save a fortune if you upgrade the insulation on your outer walls in the house. Your R value is probably horrible right now, which makes your energy bills way higher. Even if your house or home was built within the last 10 or 15 years, you can still save a lot more money. It's one of these products. My favorite part is selling products that pay for themselves. So you will actually save money, and this product will pay for itself. And the other cool part about this kind of insulation, it's a foam that they inject, but I'm going to give you this website to go look at. But the other cool part is it's fire resistant, it's environmentally safe, and it'll soundproof your house up to 80%, which is really cool. So go to foamyourwalls.com. You'll see Tom talking about it a little bit. But, man, this video is really cool, and how they do it is incredible. They basically just come up and they insert it in the walls. They don't have to remove the old insulation, but just check the video out so you can see how well it would work on your house. Foamyourwalls.com. I'll say it one more time. In fact, I'll sing it. Foamyourwalls.com.
You know where I think that might be really good? These people have condos, and they hear the neighbors.
In between.
Or the
or
roof,
duplex.
Or the roof or whatever. Or, between the condos where people are walking because they have...
It's hard to do it there, though, because there's no cavity.
Between floors?
Usually there's not a cavity. I asked him that.
There's floor strips.
No, I'm thinking of attic. He said they never do it in an attic.
Right, attic, right.
Yeah, you're right. In between floors there would be somewhere.
Right.
Because they must have something in there now.
Maybe not the older ones.
Oh, I don't know. Well, you think when you build an apartment or where there's units on units, they would put something in.
They got a lot of the condos and stuff won't allow you to do the hardwood floors you put above.
Because
people walking on it with the...
I'll tell you a story about I'll bring Suzanne on this. I'll tell you a story about noisy neighbors. I tell you what.
By you guys?
No.
He's out.
No. They bitched at us every single day, to the landlord, everybody. It was incredible.
When you were in Castle Rock.
What?
When you were in Castle Rock.
No, we lived in no, that was a house. This was a, what do you call it? They were like condos. It wasn't an apartment, a townhome. We rented from an individual, and we were on top, and there was people directly under us. This guy, this is separate though. This crazy bastard, the guy I'm going to tell you about, he flew in ultralight from either Albuquerque or Santa Fe. Flew it. It's the only way he could move it. They moved from Albuquerque to here. This crazy bastard flew his ultralight from Albuquerque to here. Just flew right down fucking I-25 all the way down.
60 miles an hour?
Whatever they fly at. It took him forever. He would stop at gas stations, literally gas stations, and gas up. I couldn't believe it, man.
Well, you can take those apart and haul them down.
I don't know. I don't know shit about them. I wouldn't fly in anything with wings and a lawnmower engine. No way. And I'm not afraid to fly. I grew up flying. I even will fly with Tom in that helicopter, which is like...
That's a little, yeah.
Helicopter, he claims they're safer than planes. I'm like, man, listen, I understand if the power goes out, how it works and you can land it. I get that. But if it locks up, you drop like a fucking rock.
Oh, it is a rock. At that point, it is a rock.
That's just it. That shaft locks up.
This RS2 Audi is actually a cool car.
What is it called?
It's RS2. He says it's only available for
How big is it?
Well, it's actually a wagon, but it's made by Porsche with Audi.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
That's the logo there.
Oh, that is wild. Oh, it's kind of, it looks like a fucking station wagon.
It's like a Subaru.
But all the brakes and everything are all Porsche, and the powertrain, see, it's the caliper.
What kind of seats do they give you?
Pretty good, behind the home plate. But it's only available for 2 years. A 5-cylinder turbo.
Hey, I want you to hide that fucking meat before, just put it in somewhere else. You know what I'm saying.
I'll just give it all to my dog. I'll just give it all to my dog.
This fucking guy. He gave his dog those dollar steaks.
He loved them.
Fluffy's gone.
No, my dog, I've never taken to the vet.
Week later,
it's like,
dead.
No, it did not.
What kind of dog?
Dead.
Border Collie?
Oh,
no, it's a great dog.
Border Collies are great. The house I had in Elizabeth had a couple Border Collies, a couple Australian Shepherds.
I feed it raw chicken legs?
Yeah. The male, though, was a little protective of his property.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great dog. Everybody loves it.
So we have 5 acres. Anything on
What happened with Lazera?
That's my ex house. But anything on his side of the fence?
Really?
Cats, raccoons.
Hey, we're going to have a call-in guest.
Yeah.
Joseph A. Lazare, he's an attorney, and with Oktoberfest and everything going on, we're not going to do it for a little bit, but something happened in Douglas County I want to ask him about that has to do with DUIs, and it was a big snafu. I don't know if it was the sheriff's department or whatever, but when you hear this story, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, and I want to get Lazare. Try to get him on, Suzanne. All right, 303-713-8255. Now, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to tell Dan something, and Suzanne, you got to chime in here. We were talking about the insulation from those guys we were just talking about, Retro Foam, that commercial I did. And it can soundproof your house up to 80%, which is crazy. So we started talking, that'd be great for an apartment where you have one unit on top of another. Well, Suzanne, do you remember back in the day when we lived over on Harlan Street?
Oh, yeah.
Those wacko neighbors.
Because we're not the wackos.
The wacko neighbor that flew his ultralight. This crazy guy flew his ultralight from Santa Fe, or I think it was Santa Fe, New Mexico, all the way down here. This little ultralight that cruises at like 20 knots, and he would literally land in small places off 25 and gas up. But that's not why I'm talking about. It made me think of this. I used to work at this shop when we lived there, and I would not leave until 6:37, so I'd get home and I'd vacuum. Usually at night when I'd get home.
You were not vacuuming, Mark. That was me. Shame on you.
It's a vacuum you gave her for her birthday.
Shut up.
For Christmas, Kevin. Get it right.
So listen, though. So This woman downstairs would get so mad that we were vacuuming at 7 o'clock. She'd start hitting the broom on the ceiling and just driving us nuts. She called. It wasn't she called her landlord, who called our landlord, because it wasn't an apartment. It was condos or townhomes, whatever you call them. So, I mean, it got bad. All we're doing is vacuuming. And how long would you vacuum for?
Well, here's the problem, Mark. Back then when we were kids, I used to clean late at night, like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, whatever.
So finally she knocks on the door asking if you were beating me.
Well, so, no, that happens, but listen, it gets worse. It gets worse. So, we continue to vacuum and do whatever because she did. She pissed me off. She came up and wanted to ask Suzanne if she was beating her. So what does that mean? That's when I start vacuuming all the time. I'm vacuuming left. I'm vacuuming right. But honestly, I'm just turning it on and sitting there. So she's really driving me nuts. Finally, guess what she does? She has a baby. Yeah, she was pregnant the whole time. That little sucker cried all the time. So guess what? Tables turned. I started banging on the floor. Shut that baby up! Her argument was, oh, it's a baby, I can't help it. Now, let me tell you something. You want to argue about my vacuum, shut the kid up. That was it. Go ahead, Kevin.
So you should have foamed. Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah, they should have foamed it. So what I'm saying is, if retrofoam.com was around back then, this wouldn't have been an issue.
To bring you back.
So there's a good reason to call that company. They are great. I talked to that owner last night. I really liked him a lot. Did you like Chase, Suzanne? I really did like him.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's got a roofing company that's on the referral list. He's got a retro foam. He's a good guy. I do like him. All right, let's get back to the phones. 303-713-8255. Okay, Margaret's going to correct my grammar. Gee, that's never been done.
No, she wants to tell you how the word came about.
Oh, snafu? Margaret, hold on 1 second. I want to take this failure to launch update. And who's on 2? Because if no one's there, let's clear it. 0 lines open. Patrick, failure to launch. I'll recap real quick. Patrick, you called us. God, it's been a long time, man. You kind of were wandering around, didn't have a job. You were playing a lot of video games. We called it failure to launch. What was really cool is eventually you got into Job Corps, right?
Yeah.
You learned a trade. So where are you at now, man? Last time I talked to you, you learned how to weld or something along those lines, but you weren't doing it. You were doing something else. What's the update?
Well, I'm still working with the same company I was when I called.
Awesome. What is that company? What do they do at least? What are you working?
Doing the painting on the roads.
Oh, you're striping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so parking lots, are you doing mostly stuff for like the city, like CDOT stuff, or more like parking lots?
CDOT, parking lots, wherever they send me.
Oh, very cool, man. So you've learned how to use that equipment. So what's going on? Is everything good?
Yeah, and I'm actually was giving an update on my car.
What was the deal with the car? I don't remember. You've had so many issues. My God, man.
It was the fact that I had overpaid with it and all that other stuff and had a lot of miles on it.
Yeah.
I actually recently had it checked out when I had an inspection done on it. The only thing wrong with the car is that I need shocks and struts.
Oh, that's good, man. So get them done. Put some of that money you're making. Put some of that moolah. Put some of those bones in your pocket and fix your car, bro.
Yep, I have been.
Excellent, man. So that's the update. Patrick, that might be the most boring update I've ever heard, but for you, that's good. Honestly, that's good. You've got the same job. Your car's in good shape. Stuff's looking bright, right?
Yep.
Boy, he's just a bucket of fun, all wrapped up into one. Thank you, Patrick. I do. Make sure you check back in with us, brother. Hey, are you getting along with your parents now, though, now that you have a job and stuff? Your mom was at her wit's end.
Yeah, I am.
I'm glad, man. She was a really nice lady, honestly. I'm glad she reached out to us to help you a little bit, too, man. Hasta la vista, baby. His updates used to be like this. You still working at that same place? No. What are you doing? Looking for a job. That was it. I mean, honestly, so I'm really glad the kid's doing better. I honestly am. Dan never seemed to think that he'd get anywhere. You were always skeptical, as I say.
No, I wasn't.
You were always like, that kid will never amount to anything.
He would have been a good military guy, I think.
You know what? I think he would have, too. I think a lot of kids. I'll tell you what, we've got a friend, His kid he was so proud. My God, he was proud. I don't want to say his name, but he was so proud his son just graduated high school and he was going to go into the military. Suzanne, you know who I'm talking about. Was he going into the Marines, I thought, right?
Think so.
He couldn't stop talking about it. You could just see that guy was so proud. I think he was in, too. My kid's going to do this. My kid's going to do that. Well, all of a sudden, all this time goes. I end up over at their house, and kid's there. I thought your kid was going to the military. He changed his mind. And I'm thinking, oh, man. And he's still wandering a little, and this was a couple of years ago. I think you have to give direction to kids, even when they're 18. Or you cut them off. I'm sorry. We had this conversation with my kid. I said, you want to go buy that car with your savings, do you? Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not paying for insurance. You're going to start paying me rent. I mean, boom, to come to Jesus, and then everything went from there. Okay, Bruce has an Astro van we're going to talk to. Walter, a 93 Ford Taurus. I can't believe that thing's still working. And then I think we got Joe Lazare on, who I want to talk to. And then Margaret's going to tell us the origin of the word snafu.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Rock.
What does that mean? Catamaran?
Who do I have? Nobody?
Did you see that comment with Bruce? Catamized? What is it?
Customized, it must mean.
No, Suzanne can spell.
Yeah.
Now, if I typed it, it might have been customized.
Catamanized?
Google it, guys.
I did. It doesn't come up as anything.
Oh. So he's a moron.
Somebody is.
I believe it.
Cantonized. Or cannibalized?
Maybe.
So you're saying Suzanne can't spell?
I'm saying there's not a word called cantonized.
Maybe it's a brand of brake pad. But you Googled the word and nothing. Nothing even. And if Google's pretty smart, man.
It suggested contaminated.
I can type a question into Google like.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
What is the definition of blah blah blah? And I can misspell definition, misspell the word, and the fucking thing still knows what I'm talking about.
That's pretty amazing.
That's very possible. They put a different fluid in there and they
contaminated.
Contaminated.
Right.
Contaminized. Shame on you. Contaminized. That's not a word. It's contaminated.
That's what it's got to be.
I bet you that Taurus is an SHO.
Shame.
Oh, she's coming in. She's got a stick.
I gotta go.
She's got a stick.
Okay, genius. Do you see that I put it in quotes? Because that's what the caller said.
Well, that's
not what I'm saying. Oh. That's what he's saying.
Well,
I
know how often I have to correct you.
Kevin, are you babysitting this weekend?
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. I pay, good.
Yeah.
Use it in a sentence, Suzanne. I contaminized it. It's done been contaminized. Oh my God. I can't wait on this Lazare thing.
It's a good one?
No, they fucked up big time in Douglas, bro.
Douglas fucked up.
Douglas County. I think it's Douglas. It might have been Castle Rock. I don't know if it was locals or county. But it's crazy. Remember that time I did this spot? If you came home, doesn't matter if you have a DUI, you kicked your dog, maybe punched your neighbor, tuned up the old lady.
Tuned up.
Joseph Lazare.
Boy, I tell you what, that's one thing nowadays.
You better not be tuning anybody up. No tune-ups.
And I don't disagree with it.
I guess really, I didn't realize this. I'm a little younger than Mr. Dan over there.
Not much.
I didn't realize, like, back in the 20s and 30s, man, they would tune up the old ladies like fucking crazy.
Well,
and it was just normal.
One of your favorite shows, the
Honeymooners. One of these days, Alice.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't fly at all.
No, it's a threat. You kidding? They'd be over there. You'd be locked up. You have a TRO out. What'd I do? You said you were gonna fucking punch her to the moon. I remember an episode of that. It was the first time I understood what old pinball machines. I love pinball, man. I got one in my house. I just love pinball. And back in the day, you'd basically launch the ball and you would just shake the machine. There's no flippers.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that was it. That was the game.
Man, That would have been hard on the machine, I would think.
Yeah. Well, you know, they built it with graphite.
Yeah. You'd be throwing it up. The stronger guy is going to be the better pinball.
I'm going to bust her chops on this spelling. I did a show one time. God. And it was prime time. It was right here in this room, probably 05, 06. I was filling in for 3 or 4 weeks for whoever is doing morning drive. And I kept saying aborganal. The aborganals, I can't believe these aborganals. And I must have done it for an hour. And this old lady calls up and goes, I think you mean aboriginals. And I said, no, I'm looking at it right here, aborganals. And then it hit me, just like a brick wall. Oh, shit, I'm an idiot. For an hour, I've been saying aborganals.
You're referencing Star Trek or something, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
People probably tuned in going, yeah, I don't like those aborganals either. Who are these people? They're over in Africa, the aborganals.
No,
Australia.
Australia. That's just like the moops. It was the moops.
It's the Moors. No, it's not. It's right here. The moops.
It's a bunch of utes.
Yeah.
I like how they someone, we're going to go get them. Someone's attacking the Bubble Boy. God,
New York.
How they came up with that. Someone from the city.
They run down there with the pitchforks.
Who's on 4? Who's on first?
Bruce.
No. Who's on second?
I don't know.
What's
No, I don't know's on third. My God, what is this? What are you playing in there? Ed, where is your man card, boy? What is it? Say
Waiting for somebody else to carry me.
Is it just me, or is this music just not good? Dan, let's vote. You know what? From now on, I'm taking charge of all music. In fact, you got to, before each show, I expect, just like you do our spot list, I want every single song you're going to come in and out with, and I'll determine if I put a check mark next to it, it's okay. If I put an X, I want you to go back, change it, reprint it. We'll go over it all again.
I love and appreciate micromanagers.
Thank you. Now, listen, Bruce, I'm coming to you in a second. Walter, Margaret, Mitch. But, Bruce, I am sorry. Suzanne misspelled what you were saying, but we'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to go to one of our experts. And I brought you up for a reason, Joe. Hey, Joe, thanks for making yourself available. Joe Lazzara on our referral list. He's a criminal attorney. Joe, how are you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. I got to ask you something. I saw something on, I think it was 9 News last week, where apparently, I don't know if it was Douglas County or Castle Rock, a bunch of DUIs got dropped because the people that were giving the DUIs or the roadside or whatever it was, I don't even know, weren't up to date on their certification. Is that right? Is there actually a certification to use a breathalyzer? Do you know what I'm talking about, and what was it?
Well, there is a certification for a breathalyzer, and there's certification for roadsides, or what's called field sobriety test. Douglas County Sheriff's Department has 60 deputies who are out of certification.
Oh, my God.
To do the field sobriety test, the roadsides on the side of the road.
So if someone got arrested, now I'm trying to figure out what happened. So let's say you get arrested for a DUI, and you happen to have one of these officers, and let's say you don't have a court date yet. So someone that's had a DUI, and how long has this been going on, by the way? How many months are affected, or years, or what?
It looks like it's at least many months. They haven't really specifically said how long, but it's at least many months. And these officers have been required to do their updates on their own or through their shift commander. That has fallen through the cracks. So you have 60 officers out there that have pulled people over that have administered field sobriety tests that were not certified.
Oh, my God. So what happens? See, I look at this in 2 different ways. There's going to be some drunks on the road that shouldn't be on the road. That's one. But you know what? Everybody deserves a defense, and I don't care if anybody's got a problem with that. So if someone did get a DUI in Douglas County in the past, say, 4 or 5 months, and they have a court date coming up, I mean, they should call you. I mean, honestly, to put it simply, you can get it dismissed. Is that correct?
It could be, yes, absolutely.
Oh, because they might have other evidence.
Yes, if there's other evidence, obviously, the first question is there probable cause to arrest the individual? So roadsides help establish probable cause. So
Got it.
That's the first question. Is there probable cause? Is there other evidence to establish that the person is driving drunk? If you eliminate or suppress the roadside test, that's the other question. So, yeah, a lot of these cases could be dismissed. They could be drastically reduced. These people absolutely need an attorney.
Oh, man. That's a lot of affected police or officers. 60. That's crazy. How did they screw up that bad?
It fell through the cracks because either themselves or their shift supervisor did not keep track of when they required certification.
Boy, there's some angry people out there.
Certification's 8 hours. Now all these officers have to go back and redo it. It's a 3-day program to get recertified.
Wow. Have you had any of these cases yet?
I haven't personally, but they are coming through the pipe. Other attorneys I know have had those. Yeah.
So anybody listening, if you know someone that could use legal representation, especially right now in Douglas County. But, Joe, and I'll give your number out in a second because I appreciate you coming on, but you do everything, man. I mean, everything from petty larceny to grand theft to spousal abuse to anything. I mean, actually, you told me of one, a guy shot a cop in the face, right?
Yes, we do all different types of criminal cases, everything from a simple traffic to get all the way up. Obviously, we do lots of DUIs just because there's so many out there.
There's so many out there. And I'll tell you what. Oh, I wanted to ask you one more question about that, Douglas County. When someone gets a DUI, you've explained to me, they have the criminal matter, the DUI, and then they also have the DMV hearing. How does this affect the DMV hearing?
It has a direct link because DMV is still required to have probable cause to not only arrest, but to invoke the express consent, which is the requirement to do a blood or breath.
And then on DUIs, what I've always liked about you, on certain cases, especially DUIs and some other stuff, and I'm not talking stuff where you're going to end up in a long trial, you actually give flat fees. You'll say, here's how much it's going to be. Most of the time, right?
Yeah, probably 95% of the time because it's convenient for us, it's convenient for the client.
Yep.
That way, there's no second guessing, no question marks. And we always want to make sure the clients can afford proper legal representation.
I love it, man. Anybody, just write this number down. This is one of those things you never know. You might get a call from your spouse. You might get a call from your kid. You're going to need a criminal attorney. And when you do, I'm telling you right now, this guy is great. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. Joseph A. Lazara. Just write it down, put it in your purse, your glove box, your wallet. When you need it, you're going to be, if you need it, first of all, you're going to be in a panic mode. So have somebody you can trust. Joseph has been with this forever. I have heard unbelievable things this guy has done for people. 303-429-6200. Honestly, Joe, thanks for coming on, man. I heard that on 9 News. I was like, oh, my goodness, someone's head's rolling down there.
It's alarming for sure.
It is, man. 60 people doing that shouldn't have been. And there's going to be a lot of people upset that a lot of drunks, if you will, get off. But like I said, you know what? Everybody should get representation. Some of those people might have been falsely accused. But either way, call a good attorney like Joseph A. Lazara. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, sir. 303-713-8255. Okay. Suzanne, line 4 said they had a comment on me. They're gone.
Yep, they hung up.
Did they want to say how great I was? What are we saying here? I want to know.
He just wanted to comment on your attitude towards people. I don't know what it meant.
I would love to hear that. Come on.
Dang.
It could be good. I thought Dan, you're with me every day. I thought I've been particularly nice today.
You've been very nice.
I mean, really, I've been like, I don't know.
Mother Teresa.
Ed, put it into words. I've been great. I mean, give me I've been super nice. Give me something. Personable.
Personable's a good word.
You like that?
I wouldn't say extra nice.
What do you mean you wouldn't say?
I wouldn't say great.
Am I nicer than Tom usually is?
To me personally?
Well, to you, I'm always nice.
Yeah, well,
kind of.
You guys are equal as far as the niceness scale goes.
No, I say I'm waiting. Kevin, honestly, am I nice?
It's been calmer today.
It's very calm today. Suzanne, am I nice?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So
wait, are you looking to be nice?
I am nice. What am I looking to be nice? I am a peach.
When I hear the word Mark Major,
the first
word is not nice that pops in my head.
What is it?
Well, it's
handsome,
not rude either.
Handsome.
Smart.
Handsome.
Smart.
Smart, handsome, and nice.
Ass.
Bruce, what's going on? Bruce.
Hello there. I think you're nice.
Thank you, Bruce. You know, I got to say something. I think you're nice. now that we're all nice, what's going on with this Astro van? Suzanne put up the brake system has been
contaminized. Is what he told me.
I think Suzanne, you meant contaminated. But go ahead, Bruce. You explain.
I was hearing kind of a weird sound out of the front end, so I took it to a place, and they said the whole brake system was contaminated. It would be about $4,000 to $5,000.
See, Mark, I didn't say that. The mechanic said it.
Okay. I'm used to your spelling.
That's what they said. Yep.
They said it was contaminated. What did they say was put in there, in all honesty? Like someone put oil in there?
Right. The wrong brake fluid.
The wrong brake fluid.
And so the whole system was just ruined.
Now, depending on what it was, Kevin, I mean, it could ruin all the O-rings, everything.
Yeah, it can, but a lot of times you can just flush it out.
So where does it sit now? Did you get it flushed out?
No, I took it to another place, and they said there was nothing wrong with my brakes.
What place?
It ended up to be a wheel bearing.
A wheel bearing?
Whoa!
How do you go from a contaminated... Actually, any shop that tells you your brake system's been contaminated, you might not want to go to. So you probably did the right thing getting the hell out of there.
Well, it's a big chain.
What is it?
It's a big automotive chain.
What is it?
Want to know the name of it? Les Schwab.
Les Schwab. Actually, that's a tire store, though.
They do brakes and stuff, too.
They do?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only way they'll do brakes is with new calipers.
Are they individually owned?
That I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know much about it. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's crazy, man. So you just wanted to tell us?
Yeah, and I just didn't know if you guys have heard of anything like that before. And they said it comes up once in a while, but not very often. But
no, listen, man, I had shops. My guys accidentally have done that before. I think the big one is like power steering. I'm trying to think that some vehicles, the reservoirs are very close and they
right
look
next
the
to
same.
Each other, yeah.
Oh, no. There's been times I know we flush brakes and, you know, it didn't cost the people any money. I mean, we had to do it. It does happen. There is no doubt about it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I just wanted to tell you.
All right.
I also tell you the Tom Martino show's great.
Well, thanks, man. We love that, Bruce. We love hearing that.
So, okay, y'all have a good day. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, so. Margaret, what's going on? Margaret's going to tell us the origin of the word snafu, if I'm reading this right. Is that correct?
That's right. And you probably know this, but I'll bet a lot of the listeners don't know it.
You're probably right that I do know it.
It's an acronym, and it supposedly came out of World War II in the military.
Really?
And I'm going to clean it up just a little, but it's called Situation Normal, all fouled up.
Well, I don't think fouled would be correct, but I get what you're saying. That's interesting.
Yes.
I'm looking at the definition, not the origin. I'm going to look that up. I did not know that, actually. Oh, wait, here it is, an acronym.
I just think it's hilarious.
It's a hoot. Hold on here.
Yes.
Widely used to stand
I'll
for...
let you go, buddy.
You got it. Thank you. For the sarcastic expression, situation, acronym, slang. However, the original military acronym stood for status nominal, all effed up. Now, I'll throw one out. You were in the military, Mr. Dan.
Yes.
And you were an engineer. That doesn't help anything. But let me ask you this. Fanugis. What does Fanugi stand for? Military, don't say anything now. Everybody hold tight. This is a tease.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Denver Botanic Gardens Fall Plant and Bulb Sale.
No big problems right now on any of the highways around the metro area. It's a pretty quiet drive, just the usual Friday afternoon volume slowing. Some pockets of slowing on the I-25 corridor from Westminster and down through Denver. I-70 heavy both eastbound and westbound approaching the 270 interchange. 270 sluggish headed into Commerce City, and eastbound I-76 slow approaching 88th. Your forecast for today, partly cloudy this afternoon, a high right around 80. A chance for some scattered showers. Will cool off to about 50 overnight tonight. And then tomorrow for your Saturday, sunny with a high in the low 80s. It's 72 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Get a jump start on your spring garden at the Fall Planted Bulb Sale. Experts will be on hand to answer questions and offer advice. September 27th and 28th at Denver Botanic Gardens. Free admission. More info at botanicgardens.org.
All right, listen. I'm going to make this one very simple, but it's very important. If you suffer from depression and you have tried numerous medications, and I mean numerous, I think you've had to try at least 4 or 5, there is something that can be paid by either Medicaid or Medicare or by your own insurance. It's called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. And I'm not going to get into the science of it, but I can tell you it is real. And if you do suffer from depression and you have gone through numerous kinds of meds and nothing seems to help, you could be the perfect candidate for this. You can go to tmssolutions.com and learn a little bit about it. But these are, real doctors, real MDs that can help you feel better. Now, I promise you, have the talk with them. You could feel 100%. Well, you could. You could feel 100% better, but more importantly, you could just feel better. So if medication hasn't been working, you need to give these guys a call. 303-928-0499. Maybe you know someone that's been suffering for depression. You've seen them go through numerous different medications. Just nothing ever. This is real. Ready? 303-928-0499. Learn a little more about it at tmssolutions.com. I don't know how else to do that, Spot, because really that's what it is. If you suffer from depression, you've been on multiple meds, these guys literally can do different stimulation to your brain, and it works.
Shock treatment?
It's kind of like, actually it's magnetic, but it's kind of like shock treatment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't.
You sure don't want to say shock treatment.
No.
What are you going to do? You want to shock my head? I don't think I'm doing it. All right, guys. Specials, do you have anything, Kevin?
Yeah, we'll do something.
Okay. And Nick, you're going to have a price for door dings?
Yep, I'll throw in a couple $100 free door dings for hail repair.
For a what?
With hail repair, a couple free.
How about if they that's fine, but how about if they just have a door ding? How much?
I'll do 20% off, 25% off.
No, but give a price. People want a price.
That's kind of hard to tell.
Well, I know. I'm going to say in general, a small door ding. How much will you do it for now?
I'll do
then you get to look at the rest of the car, man.
But you're always most cars, it's just not carved in stone because people will take advantage.
No, but you're not.
You get the thing that's the size of this. That's and you're like no.
$50 on the radio.
And Kevin's going to do 4 free tires, free lifetime alignment. Lifetime alignment.
I still laugh at that free tire thing.
Oh God, Al didn't. Jesus, he did not.
At Valentine's Day special or something.
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's.
What happened?
Tom said, he's on the air, he goes, now listen, everybody, this is going to be an April Fool's joke, so when you call up when you're done saying something, make sure to say, April Fool's, Tom got you. I want you to call up Al Aramis at Pro Auto. It's 303 Pro Auto. And tell him that you just heard on the radio he's giving away 10 sets of tires for free. Now remember, it's April Fool's Day. Tell them April Fool's at the end. But remember, call them right now, 303 Pro Auto.
The phones explode.
They explode. People started screaming at Al and his guys. They said there was tires, you little fucker. I want my tires. It got ugly. So Al ends up calling me, going, what the fuck are you guys doing? Let me tell you, he did not find Tom's April Fool's show.
He was one of the few people not laughing at that one.
I can imagine it. Yeah, that.
And what came about of that is, were they giving Al stuff, or did they actually think they were getting?
I think it was 50-50.
It's probably.
I think there's some people were just teasing, and other people only heard part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Free tire, yes. And then Al knew nothing about it. So not even the first 10 guys, you could always say, hey, you're number 11. Sorry about that.
Mark Szymanski. Who is he? I'll tell you who he is. Deputy Dan, who is Mark Szymanski? You know him. Do you not?
Genesis.
Genesis. What does Genesis do? Well, what does Genesis not do? Let's look at it that way. Here's what they do. Siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, roofs. On the inside of your house, they do kitchens, baths, basements. They've got offices in Colorado Springs. Excuse me. They've got offices in Denver. They've got offices up north. If you need a good general contractor, regardless of what you need done on your house, hire someone that has been with us for years and years, a proven track record. They're not going to disappear. Their work's going to be outstanding. It doesn't matter if it's a remodel or a new roof. Genesis Total Exteriors. You can even ask for the owner if you want. He's got a lot of different salespeople. He's got great crews. He's the man. 303-679-8509. At least get a bid from him. If you're shopping around, there is no harm in getting a bid, and I promise you, he'll be there all the way through the job. You'll get a good price, and you'll get excellent, excellent work. 303-679-8509. Okay, I will go to there for you, Suzanne. Walter, what is going on with you, sir?
Yeah, I've got a 93 Ford Taurus Show 3.2.
Ooh, that's the fast one, the SHO. What is that, a 5-liter, Kevin?
No, it's a 3.2 liter.
Oh, it's a 3.2. I thought the SHO was like some super fast.
No, it's not a huge motor. It's just a very good setup.
Oh, wow. Okay, Walter, what's going on with it?
Well, I was wondering about the transmission. I heard someplace where if you get that filter and transmission drained or whatnot, that if you go to Jiffy Lube or Grease Monkey or something like that, they leave a bunch in there. They don't get it all out.
Oh, different ways to do it. He's saying, do you do a flush versus a pan drain?
Well, that one should be a 5-speed, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It's got...
Yeah, the Show came with a 5-speed.
It's got 1.2 on there.
Yeah.
It's a manual.
It's a manual transmission, yeah.
Is it automatic or manual, Walter?
It's an automatic.
Oh,
I'm just saying it's got
there's two. Listen, there's two schools of thoughts. I mean, Kevin, what's yours? Do you just drop the pan, do a new gasket, and then fill it back up, or do you flush it?
We do both, depending on the condition. If it's really bad, you may just want to just drain the pan and change the filter.
Yeah, so when someone looks at it is how they're going to determine what they should do, if they're a good shop, Walter.
Yeah, well, who would you recommend?
Well, I'd recommend Kevin because he's sitting next to me. Where are you at?
I'm out in Commerce City.
That's not too bad, is it, Kevin? I mean...
No, we have a store in Aurora, depending on where in Commerce City you are.
Yeah, man, give your number real quick.
303-455-7242.
Walter, just look up Sheridan Auto Tech. Sheridan Auto Tech on referrallist.com, and you'll see the addresses on his locations.
Could I have one more thing here?
Quick.
I turn on my headlights, and they come on, but the instrument panel doesn't come on.
Or I'm sorry, Walter, I'm gonna have Kevin take this off the air. Hold on a second. The reason I'm doing this is I want you guys to give a special out, and I'm up against there. Nick, you said you will do a great thing on door dings. Now, we're not talking every huge door ding, but the majority of a door ding, like a parking lot door ding, you're going to fix for $50.
Yep, quarter size.
Flexident. Find them on Referral List. Kevin, give something out quick.
Oil change, $29.95 for the blend, $59.95 synthetic with a full inspection.
Full inspection for winter, both locations.
Both locations.
$29, you're not going to beat that, and $59 for synthetic is cheap. In fact, put me down. 303-713-8255 is our number. 303 Martino works on and off the air. Don't forget, help at troubleshooter.com. I'm Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
How is it that app...
All right, guys. Boy, 4 hours, man. It goes